And welcome to Lost Creek, West Virginia, where the South Harrison Hawks play host to the Sherman Tide. Good evening from Gary Barnett Field. I'm Tom Sears. Alongside me tonight, Danny Knight. Danny, it's senior night, always an emotional evening and an opportunity for the Hawks to keep their playoff hopes alive.
Another big game tonight. You mentioned the playoffs. They're right smack dab in the middle of that talk, but it starts with being senior night, I think. And it's hard to believe that we're at the final home game of the season already. It kind of feels like we were just getting started, but it is an emotional night for the players. And I think they're going to come out ready to play as hard as they ever have.
As they recognize the seniors this evening, Sherman on the other end of the field warming up, getting ready for this game. Really, Sherman comes here tonight with absolutely nothing to lose. There's no playoffs in the future for this Sherman Tide team, at least not this season. And but for the Hawks, they come in tonight setting at number 15. I think they stayed in the playoff picture maybe a little more than I thought they would. But a win tonight, and even a win tonight and a win next week, still does not guarantee a playoff spot.
It definitely does not. I kind of felt like after last week that they would be on the outside looking in, but after the way last week played out and they're sitting at 15 still, it tells me they do have a chance. We'll know a lot more after tonight's games, but the bottom line is at this moment they are in it and they need this win. It's a playoff game. We kind of hypothetically were saying that, but this is for sure a playoff game because if they lose one more time, they're definitely not going to make it in.
Absolutely a loss tonight, and the dream of getting into the playoffs this season absolutely finished. And, again, even with a win tonight, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be in. They're definitely going to need some help. Let's shift gears a little bit. A big game happening in Williamstown tonight. The Doddridge County Bulldogs going to travel to take on the Williamstown Yellow Jackets. Williamstown has only lost one game. That game was to Willing Central, pretty good football team. And it's going to be a single-way battle to really watch out for.
Oh, I mean, it's kind of a state championship level type of game. Either one or both of those teams are capable of making it to the state championship and winning it. And this is going to be Doddridge County's biggest test, there's no doubt. If they can go to Williamstown and get the win, they'll go undefeated, and I think they will be a very deserving number one seed. But it's going to be tough tonight.
Will be very, very difficult indeed going on the road. And last year they squeaked out a win. I think it was 17-14 on a very rainy night. Not going to have rain this evening, but I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I kind of think that I'm picking Williamstown to win that football game.
I think I'm going to stick with Doddridge County based upon this. It seems to me that it's a special season for them. They got the new football field. It just seems like the stars have aligned for them. The planets have aligned for them to have a really big season. I'm going to pick them based upon those things. But you and I know it's very difficult to win in Williamstown. It's almost a small college atmosphere there. So it will be a test. But I'm going to go with the Bulldogs.
We'll keep you up to date as we have scores posted throughout the evening as to what's happening there in Williamstown. Seniors here tonight being represented down on the field for the South Harrison Hawks. Right there is number 10, Jaron Robinson, who has done a tremendous job for the Hawks this season. And honestly, Danny, we've talked about it a great deal. We would hope, or we would like to see more of Jaron in his running ability and the things that he can do, not only with his arms, but with his feet.
No question. I mean, he has gotten more action as the season has gone on, and I think as he's got that opportunity, the offense itself has gotten better. He's done a tremendous job the last couple of years as the quarterback, and I expect to see him have a big game here tonight.
Also down there, number 12, Preston Peck, who has shown up on the behalf of the Hawks this season. We've seen him play some fullback, just a hard, tough player. Also down there, I want to make sure I get all these young men in. Number 14, Landon McFadden. His stats and abilities definitely speak for themselves. A newcomer to the team this year, number 21, Noah Dyer, has also shown not only his speed but his grit on the football field. Number 31, Zachary Hogsett, down there, who is not in uniform this evening, not able to play due to an injury. Number 34, Nick Hess. Number 51, David Vickers. Number 53, Jason Lassamar. Number 60, Levi Swiger. Number 64, Jonathan Smith, who we early in the season talked about him being the heart and soul of this team. Number 65, Ethan Kelly. Number 71, Gavin Velasquez. And number 75, Trey Waller. South Harrison going to lose a lot of talent after this season.
Every time you lose a senior class, I mean, it's you have a lot to build upon the next season. And definitely, you talk about McFadden. We talked before last year about a few historic level players moving on, and I don't know. I think McFadden is in that conversation. I mean, ever since his freshman season, he has made a big impact. So obviously they're going to miss all the seniors, but his abilities, Robinson at quarterback, they'll have big shoes to fill next year for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And, some of the greatest moments, I was listening to them talk about Landon McFadden as he made his way on the field. We've seen some great moments, and I remember him coming in as a freshman, and we knew that he had a very bright future in front of him here on the football field, and what a tremendous job. He is, without a doubt, the leader of this football team, and one of the things he said to his team here tonight for senior night was, guys, losing is not an option. We're going to win this football game.
And you could see, that's his attitude all the time. You could see that in his play. He's not a big kid, but he runs so hard, never stops moving his legs. He's a very good defensive player. He's had tons of interceptions in the secondary, but he's in on tackles all the time. Just a tough-nosed kid. He is a winner. I think if you were going to describe him, you had to pick one word, I would say winner. He really is.
Festive evening here for the Hawks. It is senior night, which means it's the final home game of the year, and an opportunity for the Hawks again to keep their playoff hopes alive. We're about 22 minutes away from kickoff here this evening. Field conditions are pretty good. It's the field is definitely worn down the middle of the football field. In some places there's not even any grass, and it's just that time of year. It's that time of year. This will be the last football game, high school football game, played on this field this season. Even if you make the playoffs, there's no hopes of hosting playoffs. So this will be it. The field will get a break, and the Hawks will begin preparation for Tucker County no matter what happens here tonight. But we talked about it last week, Danny. The Hawks definitely come into both games, tonight's game and Tucker County's game, favorites, and that hasn't been the case much all year long.
No, they've had a pretty difficult schedule, and you're right. Even the games they've won a lot of times, we weren't sure how that was going to go, but this is definitely one of the few times these next 2 weeks where they've been the favorites. But I tell you, a big story to me is that it looks really good for them to have a winning season, and regardless of playoffs, Coach Underwood's second season to have a winning season. I think it's very impressive, especially off of last year was such a difficult year. And so it looks very likely that whatever happens with the playoffs, that's beyond their control. But what the Hawks can control is they can give Coach Underwood his first winning season.
Or at a minimum a non-losing season, even if you drop one of the next two. The Hawks would finish with a non-losing season. And think about what that would mean coming from a 1-9 year last year. The program's definitely on the rebound. And, when this season's over, then you start thinking about how you're going to take care of these holes that the seniors are going to leave behind.
It's going to be difficult, like I say. It is a young team across the board, but these seniors that are on the team have made a tremendous impact. That's usually the case, especially on a single-A level school. So, be big shoes to fill. And we'll cross that bridge when we get to it next season. But these seniors have done a great job.
A lot of football happening around the state of West Virginia. A lot of, when you start thinking about playoffs and playoff positioning and what that means and what that looks like moving forward, South Harrison is not the only team trying to solidify a potential playoff berth. This is happening all around the state, and some big, big games happening. And we mentioned one of them with between Doddridge County and Williamstown. That's going to be a big, big football game, no doubt about that. Let's take a look at some other games happening. One that could definitely help South Harrison. You want to talk about not having control in your hands anymore after last week's loss, then you start looking at some of the teams that South Harrison has defeated. And when you take a look at it, number 1 Pendleton County is playing number 14 Moorfield. They've already kicked, and the score in the first quarter is 7-0 Moorfield. That's the type of game you take care of what you can take care of at this point. But when Moorfield starts knocking off the number 1 team in single way, that gives you those additional bonus points,
sure.
And it makes South Harrison's playoff hopes more realistic.
It strengthens them for sure. I mean, that's a point that you weren't expecting to get, and may not get. But early on, it's a big lead there, or a lead for Moorfield. So great start for them.
And think about it from this perspective: Moorfield setting at number 14. They are 5-4. This is their final game. So for Moorfield, this is it. You win, you're in. You lose, you're out. So it creates another scenario
right.
of the possibility that even with a Moorfield win doesn't guarantee South Harrison anything, but a team South Harrison beats could end up in the playoffs at 6-4.
Well, and I mean, look at it like this, maybe even more than the point we can get from them for getting another win. We're competing against them for a spot, really, so it may be better for us. That point may not be worth it. Let them lose, because obviously they're ranked ahead of us right now at 14. Yeah. So, really, I would say probably best if Pendleton County wins that game.
Okay, well, we're going to watch. That's another one we are going to watch. We mentioned it, the battle of number 2 versus number 3, Doddridge County coming in at the 2 spot, taking on number 3, Williamstown. We will pay attention to that game as well. Number 4, Ritchie County playing Gilmer County this evening. We have number 5, Midland Trail, and number 5, Greenbrier West. So there's going to be some shifting there. Willing Central, setting at number 7 in single A, lost to St. Clairsville, Ohio, 35-20, and they fall to 5-4 on the year. They pick up number 6, and they're in.
They'll be in with 6 wins. There's no doubt about it. So they play a super tough schedule. So when you look at their record and even wherever they're seeded, that's very deceiving at times. If they make the playoffs, and they're going to most likely, they could make a run at the championship, whether they're the 2 seed, the 10 seed, or the 16 seed.
Yeah, think about
matter.
it. They traditionally have went on the road in the first round. And because they play a very difficult schedule, they go on the road, and then they end up playing for state championships.
Yeah, it happens. It could happen again.
Number 8, St. Mary's playing Ravenswood. Number 9, Tulsa plays Phelps of Kentucky. Number 9, in Double A, Man taking on Tug Valley. Number 10, Tigers Valley coming in at 6-2 will take on a 3-5 Pocahontas County team. And Tigers Valley playing for the playoffs as well. A win there helps the Hawks. Number 11, Cameron takes on Bridgeport of Ohio. Number 12, Madonna plays a team from Ohio. Number 13, East Harney takes on Trinity. Tied at number 15, Tyler Consolidated tied with the Hawks at number 15. They set at 5-3. That's another game you have to watch because they're playing Valley Wetzel. Likely a win, right? So that's why I'm saying tonight's win, you don't get much from Sherman. You talk about a 1-7 Sherman team.
Right, you'll get 7 points off of it, yeah.
So, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, you just look, like obviously teams that they're competing against, just from the seeding standpoint, Tyler Consolidated, they're tied with them. You'd like to see them lose, but they're probably going to win that game.
Okay, so let's try to break this down for the listeners. Head to head, Tyler Consolidated, South Harrison setting at 15. They both win tonight. Tyler Consolidated gets more from their win than South Harrison gets from theirs.
Correct. Yep, because of the fact that Valley Wetzel has 2. Yeah.
All right, that's what's happening in single A, so some games to pay attention to. Looking over there at double A, number 1, Fairmont Senior takes on Elkins. Number 3, Polka takes on Herbert Hoover. Number 5, Kaiser plays Mount Ridge, Maryland. Number 15 versus number 6, 6 Bluefield, 15 James Monroe. Number 7, Oak Glen leads Grafton 7-0 in the first quarter. Number 8, Shady Spring takes on Liberty Raleigh. Number 10, Harrison County's own Liberty at 7-1 takes on a 3-4 Roane County team. Number 11, North Marion at 6-2 takes on Robert C. Byrd at 4-4. Number 12, Nicholas County takes on Westside. Number 13, Winfield takes on Scott. Number 14, Wyoming East takes on Independence. And number 15, Mingo Central takes on Chapmanville. Lewis County is leading East Fairmont 6-0 in the first quarter. And that's what's happening around Double A as the Rocky music plays.
This is a scary song to be playing with me because it just gets me fired up.
I know.
Makes me want, it gives me the eye of the tiger. It just does.
Well, I'm not really sure what you mean by that, but
I can show you.
I'd rather you not. I'm good, thanks. Eye of the Tiger, playing here at Gary Barnett Field. We're under 14 minutes to go. Well, I want to talk about something. I want to talk about volleyball.
Yes, we definitely should.
Our young ladies finished up their regular season last night at the Mason-Dixon Championship. And we really believed we were going to, the top 4 teams in the Mason-Dixon go. We went in as number 2 because number 1 was Payton City, who had beat us earlier in the season. Our record overall was better than all teams participating. Faltered last night in round 1 against Notre Dame, who we had beat previously before we'd beat them twice. And it was very disappointing. We did not play well in any of the sets that we participated in, but we actually beat them by 9 points in the first set and then did not play well in the next 2. And it was obviously very disappointing. And, I told the young ladies that I was utterly disappointed just like they were. But, they're going to finish their regular season at 19-5. From all indications, it's the best record in school history. And although we really felt that we were going to come back with 20 wins at least last night, that just wasn't to be. So now we're going to head into the sectional tournament next week at Doddridge County High School, where we have been voted the second team overall. And I'm not really going to get into, whether I felt that we should be number 1, although I did. I won't get into that. But we're going to play at 7 o'clock on Monday night. We get our first round bye. Trinity and Tigers Valley will play in a play-in game. The winner will play Doddridge County, and then we will await the winner of those teams. So I want nothing more, or I should say nothing less, than a sectional championship berth in that game. Because, win or lose in the sectional championship, you're going to move on to the region. And these ladies have left their mark on South Harrison High School, and I feel it's really important for us to recognize them. This is not about recognizing me. This is about recognizing our young ladies who have put the time in, really over the last 3 years, Danny, and have shown tremendous improvement. And like I said, they already have the best record in school history. So we'll take a quick break. They're going to play the alma mater here at South Harrison High School and then the national anthem. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying. Call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lou and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. Hello, this is Tom Sears. I wear many hats, but I would like to speak to you about one of the more important ones. I just wanted to encourage you and let you know there is hope, and it's spelled Jesus. He is your answer, your help, and He is your hope. I pastor at New Beginnings Church, and if you don't have a home church, I wanted to personally invite you to ours. We offer various ministries, but our focus is reaching people where they are. Our service begins at 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings, and we are located in Good Hope, and I hope to see you there. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lou and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. Back here live at Gary Barnett Field, where the South Harrison Hawks are playing host to the Sherman Tide. National anthem has been played by the South Harrison High School Marching Band. Cheerleaders are on the field, and we're about 8 minutes away from kickoff as Sherman makes their way back to the field.
Tom, before we get to move on there back to the game stuff, I didn't get a really chance to comment on the volleyball team, and just a tremendous job by you and the young ladies. I know you want the recognition there. Been a tremendous season. Obviously a tough loss there last night, but something as I'm listening to that, I mean that can actually be something that could turn around and play in your favor. For them to be in that kind of game, didn't go their way. That's going to set them up to probably have a little bit more of an edge in that sectional when you come back. And so I could see that maybe playing into your favor. It's good experience because a lot of these girls they've not been in games like that in the past, and so now that's under their belt. So definitely wish you guys the best of luck and tremendous season, and I want to see it continue and hopefully get a sectional championship and beyond. That is definitely our hope, and I guarantee you we're gonna play for that. And I was thinking, and actually Matt Rutter contacted me. He was a gentleman that filled in for you, and he really thought it'd be a very good idea if we did maybe a volleyball podcast. Yeah, where we recognize the young ladies, and I think that if we can find a way to fit that in. Yeah, I think that would be an excellent way to recognize them. Let's all be honest, and I know that there's been some frustration from the parents, and I guarantee there's been some frustration from the players, and I've experienced some of that frustration myself. I think that sometimes we take things like this for granted as a community. These young ladies are 19-5. I want everyone to hear that, 19-5. And it's a tremendous record at any level with any sport. And I think it's right to recognize them. No question. I mean, it is a tremendous season, and just how far they've come over the past couple of years. And I mean, it's a state level team that you have, and I believe you're going to get a chance to show that as you advance in the section. I think you're going to get to be able to compete on that level and show. I think there's more stuff that you guys can get done still.
It's definitely the hope, and as things progress, we'll see how everything goes. Captains are lining up to meet at midfield. And for the Hawks, it'll be number 75, Trey Waller, number 10, Jaron Robinson, number 14, Landon McFadden, and number 64, Jonathan Smith.
Definitely thinking about the emotions of those seniors as the captain's walking out on for the last time for the coin toss. A lot of things going through their minds right now tonight, and I think this will be a special memory for them and something they'll remember and talk about for a long time.
I know from coaching high school athletes for a little bit of time now, senior night is always a special night because it's nostalgic, I heard one of the young men state during the senior recognition that to the underclassmen, don't take it for granted. It happens fast. And, I've told many an athlete that, and I think that may be running through their head a little bit. But I'll tell you, I think they're very focused to get this win because you keep your playoff hopes alive. A loss and you're done.
Yeah. I think they really want, absolutely. I think they want to win for that reason, and I do think it matters to them to go out on a winning note for the last time at Gary Barnett Field.
Absolutely. For the Sherman Tide, number 1, James Hudson. Number 9, Alex Kirk. Number 2, Timothy Hager. And I do not see the number of the third. I'll get him as soon as I can. So, yeah, I think that a lot of that, there is the thought that, this is it. This is our last time here on this field because, as we've said, even if you win the next 2, you're not going to host. So,
right.
So this is it. This is it. Last time you put those pads on here at Gary Barnett Field. Such a rich football history. Year in and year out, and what the staff has been able to put together this season is it's awesome. That other captain out there is number 52, Hunter Bowling. So the Hawks win the toss, and they defer. Sherman will get the football first. So the Hawks, and what has been their strength, defense.
For the most part, the defensive unit's been stellar all season long. They've done a good job. When you compare it to last season, it's night and day, especially with the tackling. And so they've done a good job. I agree. Put that unit out there first. The offense over time has done more and more. And if they can catch up fully and play at that same level, they definitely have a really, really good chance to win here tonight again.
Offensively last week against St. Mary's, that we were down 15-0. I still felt, and we talked about it, that they had a real chance to win that football game, but offensively they struggled big time.
It's just been tough, I think, just trying to figure out their identity throughout. I mean, we felt like as they've gotten Jaron Robinson involved in more, that's helped to have more balance to it. The bottom line is McFadden has to get, 30 touches or whatever in a given night because the ball needs to be in his hands. But everyone knows that as well. So they need that other threat. As that's happened, I think that's helped them. We've
seen a little more success, as you've pointed out, when they've been able to utilize Robinson a little more. We also really, leading up to last week, we saw Jacob Haddix really started playing much better. I don't think he got the touches last week, but, he was definitely improving. And so let's see how it goes here tonight. Let's see what the coaches have prepared for the Sherman Tide in what is the final home game of the regular season for this South Harrison Hawk football team. Caden Ryan lining up to kick it away to the Sherman Tide. And, Danny, I don't know if you agree, but it's difficult to see numbers on that other end. It looks like number 1, James Hudson, and I can't see the number of the player on the far side.
It's like yellow numbers, I think, and just really difficult. This.
Ryan approaches. It's a short kick. It literally lands at the 40 and dies. Right there at the 40, no return, and that's where the Tide will start the drive.
Good field position. I mean, that's been a strategy, I think, for the Hawks all season long as far as on the kickoff, just to kind of bloop that over that first line and hope maybe it would bounce around, they could get it. Hasn't worked yet. I'm kind of surprised. I thought at some point this year they would get one, but not there. But here comes the Sherman offense and the Hawk defense.
David Jarrell, the 5'5", 150-pound junior quarterback, is under center. Snap comes back. It's a handoff to number 23. And there was a fumble there, right?
Yeah, the Hawk defender there was able to strip the ball away at the last second. Didn't really take a good bounce for South Harrison. It bounced up, and Sherman gained a couple extra yards there, but still good job defensively to go for the strip.
Yeah, it actually kind of worked against them there, didn't it? You had him down, you had him stopped, and then the strip actually gave him a 7-yard gain. 2nd down and 3 from the 47. Snap back. It's a handoff again. Jaron Robinson and Jason Lassamar right there to meet the ball carrier. Is that number 58 running the ball?
I did not catch the number. Just a straight off tackle run there, and these first couple plays are trying to attack the South Harrison defense really in the strength of it, and that's up the middle. It's been difficult for most everyone to run in the middle of that defense.
Well, and South Harrison's really loading the box, which seems to me they do not expect to pass. Jarrell keeps it, tries to get to the outside and spin back to the middle of the field. He's going to be short of the first down. Ball right at the 49-yard line. And, South Harrison looks like they do not expect them to pass the football.
They didn't. And it looked like the quarterback there was going to have more room to run on a sweep. The Hawks did a good job of closing, but you already said it. Sherman has nothing to lose here tonight, so they're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Ball at midfield. Quarterback keeper. Straight up the middle. I think he got it. Let's see where the spot is.
Bad spot on this side of the field, but the other side, it was a good spot, and they're giving him the first down over there.
Yep, first down. Yeah, nothing to lose. You're 1-8. Go for it, right?
Yep. And they got it. So that's the start for Sherman. That's what you want to do. I'm sure they're saying, hey, let's try to get some first downs, control the clock, see if we can get something going here early. And that initial first down, I'm sure, feels good for them.
Ball from one side of the 50 to the other at the 49 of South Harrison. First down and 10. Jarrell under center. Snap back. Hands it off to his halfback number 23. And I do not have a name for this young man.
It looks like there was a fumble. I didn't see it, and they're giving it to South Harrison.
There was a fumble on the far sideline. It looks like the Hawks came up with it. Number 10, Jaron Robinson, able to pick it up. And looks like the Hawks are going to start at their own 44-yard line.
Big play for the defense. Obviously, they're getting the turnover early in the game, and you can see early on here they've been aggressive trying to strip the football from that first play where they did strip it, but they didn't recover it. I think that's Coach Hathaway's telling them let's try to force a lot of turnovers tonight.
Officials timeout on the field. Danny, I'm going to tell you that, again, every indication South Harrison's loading the box. Sherman trying to run the football. If they cannot pass the ball against this Hawk team, I don't think they have much of a chance tonight.
I agree.
Out of shotgun, snap back. Robinson looks to pass. Throws it up the field across the middle. Really no one there. Number 21, David Jarrell. The ball was closer to him than any South Harrison receiver.
They were trying to get an out and up to McFadden. I think he was going to be open, but Robinson got some pressure in his face before he was able to really get that ball delivered, and so it messed up his release and caused a short throw. Really, they're fortunate that could have been intercepted.
Seems like head coach Chris Underwood is coming out very aggressive here this evening. There he must have saw something in the scout that makes him feel really good about passing this football. Snap back, Robinson's going to run it. Tries to turn the corner. He's got some room. He's at midfield, down inside Sherman territory. Nice gain by the senior quarterback, a gain of about 8, maybe 9, and that's going to bring up third down and short.
Straight quarterback sweep for Robinson. Did a good job. The offensive line did a really nice job of sealing the outside defenders for Sherman, and so he was able to get to the corner. Really nice run there for Robinson.
Third down and 1 from the Sherman 48-yard line. Now, there was movement. I didn't see South Harrison move. It looked like Sherman was, offsides. That'll give the Hawks a first down.
Nice job by Robinson, the quarterback there, using his voice inflection to try to draw them off sides, and he was successful. I mean, that's a veteran play by the senior, knowing they only need 1 yard for the first. Let's see if we can give a hard count and draw them, and he was able to do that.
Puts the ball down now at the 43-yard line. First and 10. South Harrison has been able to move the football. Landon McFadden has not touched it yet. And that changes. Hand off to McFadden. He's hit in the backfield, stays on his feet, runs ahead. He's down to the 35-yard line. And that's going to be a gain of about 8 on the play. Brings up second down and short.
Typical Landon McFadden run, really. Just didn't look like there was much there, but he just found a way to get 8 yards, and it's because he just keeps moving his feet and he refuses to go down. Keeps plowing ahead. He runs so hard. And nice start here, nice flow with the running game early on for the Hawks.
Second down and a long 2, almost 3 from the 35. Robinson going to roll to his left. Steps back, passes up the field. He's got a man. That's Jacob Haddix. It's caught, and Haddix into the end zone for a South Harrison touchdown.
Great throw. Rolled Robinson to his left. Had a few different guys in the route. He hit the deep man, cutting across the field. Perfectly thrown pass. Very good route all the way in for the touchdown. So, yeah, they've been aggressive. This is quite a variety of plays. I mean, they threw a deep pass on the first play, went through that there. Robinson on the sweep. They ran McFadden. A lot of different variety on that drive. Nice open for this Hawk offense.
They're going for a 2-point conversion, and while they set up, Danny, I just want to say this. You can see why Sherman's a 1-8 football team.
Absolutely.
Snap back, fakes the handoff to McFadden, who actually wasn't even there, and Robinson's brought down quickly. Looks like a miscommunication there.
I would say they're definitely not on the same page there, and it just was a breakdown. Not able to get the 2-point conversion, but what they did get is an opening drive touchdown and a big pass play for the touchdown. Really good start here for the Hawks. First, force a turnover on defense, throw a touchdown pass on offense.
7:41 to go in the first quarter, and South Harrison scores first. It is 6-0. The Good Hope Hawk's Nest has extended its restaurant hours for every South Harrison Hawk home game. The restaurant and convenience store will both be open until 10 p.m. Also, Saturday's WVU Game Day special will include 1 medium, 1 topping pizza, a dozen chicken wings, and 2 2-liters of Pepsi for $19.95. Each special purchased will give you 1 entry to 2 free tickets to a WVU football game. And, of course, the Mountaineers played last night, falling to Baylor. But that's special when the Mountaineers do play on Saturdays. So, go check it out. We'll talk Mountaineer football at the half and also crown this year's Coaches Cook-Off winner, first annual. I think it's pretty clear.
Yes, I agree.
Ryan lines up, ready to kick it away. Kick is up, short kick. The return man gets it around the 37, gets up to the 40, and that's where his journey comes to an end. And that's where Sherman's drive will begin.
South Harrison on that opening drive definitely being very aggressive, trying to force fumbles. They stripped the football on the first play. Although Sherman could recover it, a couple plays later, the Hawks had another strip. This time the Hawks were able to pounce on it and get the football back.
1st and 10 from the 40. The 5'5" quarterback, Jarrell, under center. Hands it off. And I do apologize. It's very difficult to see the numbers on those uniforms that the Sherman Tide wearing. But anyway, it was a run up the middle, and Trey Waller, number 75, wraps him up quickly. 1-yard gain. 2nd down and 9. Handoff again. This time number 53, Jason Lassimar. Number 75, Trey Waller on the carry. Gain of 4.
Definitely this is what Sherman's doing. Just attacking up the middle, and I mentioned it on the last drive. I mean, that's really the strength of this Hawks defense is that interior line and their linebackers on the inside. And you mentioned it. You feel like if they don't do some sort of passing that they're going to have a hard time here tonight, and I agree.
Jarrell drops back. He's going to keep it. Runs ahead. And going to be brought down by number 75, Trey Waller. Gain of maybe 2 on the play. Yep, that'll bring up 4th down and a long 3. Not a whole lot happening there for Sherman.
Not much at all. That was a quarterback option that time, trying to do something a little bit different, get to the outside. But the Hawks were there, played discipline on defense, and were able to get the stop.
They're going to punt it, and Jacob Haddix is back deep for the Hawks. Snap back, punt is up. It's a pretty good punt. It's going to hit right at the 25, roll down inside the 20 at about the 18, and that's where South Harrison will start this drive to get things going here about halfway through the first quarter.
It was an aggressive start offensively last drive. The Hawks tried to go deep on the opening play. They weren't successful, but they were a few plays later on the deep pass to Haddix for the touchdown. It'll be interesting to see if they continue to try to put the ball in the air here early in the game.
I'm going to go on the record and say that I think they could do just about anything they wanted. McFadden now at quarterback. Robinson's out wide to his right. Snap comes back. McFadden going to keep it. He's up over the 25, still on his feet. A flag is thrown. He's brought down around the 30. It will be a 1st down gain of 11, but let's wait and see what that flag is.
I think they're going to get a hold. Really, I thought behind the play. I don't know that it had any consequence to the run, but nonetheless, it's a hold.
Holding call indeed. And so that's going to back the Hawks up.
Just had McFadden at quarterback that time and ran the same play they had run earlier with Robinson, or just a quarterback sweep. Really nice run. Again, obviously they got the holding call, but it looked like to me it happened behind the play. Like McFadden was already away from it when they held, but unfortunately the official was right there and was quick to throw his flag.
So after the penalty, spotted the foul. That's going to back him up to a 1st down and 13. Robinson back at quarterback. Nope, correction. That's McFadden. Same play to the opposite side of the field. Tries to turn the quarter, and not happening that time. And a flag comes in late. Let's see what that call is. Personal foul. Horse collar tackle against Sherman.
Yeah, I was unable to see that from this. They're clear on the other side of the field, but that obviously gives the Hawks 15 yards and a 1st down.
Yeah.
Improves their field position as they were kind of starting to get backed up there after that holding call.
And honestly, Sherman had that play covered pretty well there.
Yeah, they were ready for it. It was the same play just to the opposite side. This time Sherman was ready and waiting for McFadden.
Brings it up to the 30, and the Hawks 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Jaron Robinson back in at quarterback. McFadden out wide right. I expect to see a pass here. Snap comes back. He rolls to his right, passes it up the field, over the head of Landon McFadden, who was, in fact, the intended receiver, and the Hawks are called for another holding call.
Wow. These officials are busy here early in the game tonight.
They are indeed.
think it's the same one throwing it. He likes to throw that flag.
Are we going to do this again?
Yes.
So, wow, it's going to be big.
Yeah, it's a spot foul, and obviously they were really already deep in the backfield.
So that's back at the 13-yard line. So that's going to be second down and about 26. McFadden on the run. He's going to get most of it back. Up over the 25 to about the 27. That's going to bring up second down.
Option that time, and Robinson chose to pitch it out to McFadden. It was the right choice. He got really good gain there. Kind of gets it back to much more manageable with the second and long. We'll see if they come out here another pass.
Second down and 14 from the 26-yard line. 4:43 to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 is the score. Drops back, rolls to his left, and is going to be sacked. No, he gets up. He gets out of it, throws the ball up the field. It's caught into the hands of McFadden, who is tripped at midfield, and a flag comes in late. I don't know what that's going to be. It's got to be against Sherman. I thought Robinson was sacked, and he rolled out of it.
Yeah, I don't know how he got away from it, and then he did a great job of keeping his eyes downfield the entire time. Threw a nice, just pretty soft touch pass over the defender to McFadden, who did the rest. He almost had a touchdown, barely got tripped up at the end by the Sherman Tide defender.
Personal foul. It's against the Hawks. I'm not sure what that signal was.
I feel like I've never seen that in my life before.
It looked like rock, paper, scissors.
I thought it was like a fist bump. Like he
to
fist
himself.
bumped himself.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a personal foul. The Hawks refused to fist bump me. I got to do it to myself. 15 yards. This guy likes to throw flags. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if it's the same one. We've had more yellow on this field in the first 5 minutes of this game. I feel like than we've seen all season long. I don't know. That's exactly.
I was looking for some sort of.
I know. Sometimes you get started and you don't know where to go with it.
And it'll be a timeout there on the field. We'll take one as well. 4:16 to go here in the first quarter. South Harrison on top, 6-0. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lou and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. And we're back here live. 4:16 to go. Second down and 6. Fakes the pitch, does Robinson to McFadden. Runs ahead for about 3 yards. Still going to be shy of the first down marker. And, yeah, he's going to need 3 more.
He was trying to draw them off sides again. It looked like to me he was successful. The officials did not throw the flag on Sherman. I thought they were off sides. Then it looked like maybe the Hawks one of the Hawks got started a little bit early. I don't know. It was just off. The play looked a little bit off, but nonetheless, they were able to get a positive gain by Robinson.
It's 3rd down and 2. Hand off to McFadden. He's stuffed. So the Hawks are going to be forced to punt it away here. Looked like Robinson was trying to draw them off sides once again. Nothing doing there.
I thought they moved and were in the neutral zone at the snap. Some of the fans in front of us felt the same way. Getting a little bit rowdy down there right now. But, it's funny. They kept throwing flags, and all of a sudden I felt that the last 2 plays they should have thrown a flag, and they didn't.
I think, you know what I think? I think that they're listening to Hawk Nation.
They should be if they're not.
Absolutely. They're going to go for it. 4th and 2 from their own 38.
He's trying to draw them.
Yeah. Timeout South Harrison. So just try to draw them off sides. Nothing happening there.
He calls the timeout. I tell you, I'm not convinced that he's going to punt here. He still may go for this. That just kind of looking at the personnel on the field, I'm not positive. He may go for it. He may fake it. It's definitely an aggressive. I feel like a more than normal aggressive game plan. And I think you're probably right. He saw some things on film that he felt he could take advantage of.
Well, got a little shout out there. I was listening. I took my headset off. Thomas Jack will come on to punt it away.
I'd keep my eyes open for a fake. Not saying it's going to happen for sure, but it wouldn't surprise me.
High snap. Thomas Jack has to jump to get it. Punts it away. It's a good punt. Takes a hop at the 30. And the Hawks do a tremendous job on coverage there as the return man gets it around the 27 after the hop, and he's brought down quickly.
Thomas Check's done a tremendous job. We've talked about it all season with his punting. Almost as impressive of his punting as his punting has been his ability to catch the snaps. I mean, there's been a lot of high snaps. I think he's gotten used to it, responded well to it, stayed cool, and had some really good punts throughout the season.
1st and 10 from their own 27. Jarrell under center. Hands it off. That's number 23. Gets up ahead to the 30-yard line. Big gain of 3 on the play.
Just a quick pitch that time. The running back not able to get outside, tried to cut it back into the middle. Not much there. This Hawk defense was waiting.
Officials timeout. Looks like an injury over there for the Sherman Tide. Well, Danny, what do you think so far? I really, starting out, I really thought that Sherman just outmatched.
It looks that way. You can look at it on the field and just kind of see a talent difference between the two. Just 2 different levels of football teams here tonight. I think this score will probably expand as the night goes on. But, I mean, it's been sloppy at the same time. Yep. The Hawks came out really, really quick with the turnover and then a really nice drive with the long touchdown pass. But since then, it's just kind of been sloppy. A lot of penalties on both sides. Just kind of weird. Not very entertaining after that first couple drives. But we've got a lot left tonight.
Yeah, and South Harrison went to Sherman last year and lost that game. And you mentioned the word sloppy, which reminds me they had, what was it called, the pig pen?
The hog pen.
The hog pen. The hog pen.
And I felt like that we should have prepared a hog pen for them tonight coming down here, like just hospitality-wise. And then when we would beat them, then we go roll around in the hog pen right there in front of them. Right? I mean, can you see that?
I think you definitely have a clearer picture of it than I do.
I can see it so clear. Right over there, see, just on the far side, there's a little spot.
Yeah.
Hey, you brought it up.
I did. We talked to a couple folks about that last year. Some of their coaches and everything. I guess it's a tradition down there. They actually, if I remember it correctly.
How I described,
Yes.
you saw it on the. You're like, why does that say hog pen?
Yeah, I just randomly looked over and it said hog pen.
And I looked around and I came up with a scenario that you thought was hilarious, and I mean, frankly, I did as well, and it was correct. We asked a coach afterwards, and he confirmed it. That's exactly what happened.
Which was? Do you remember?
When they want to get fired up, they get those offensive linemen out there and they just go at it in the hog pen. They just fight it out till they come out tough, I guess. It was almost a reward thing. Like, you have a good practice, won't go roll around in the hog pen afterwards, get muddy. Who doesn't like a good mud bath? I don't.
I tell you what I don't like is the way you're looking at me while you're saying it.
It just seems natural. I don't know why.
2:29 to go in the first quarter, and what has really been a pretty slow quarter here. Jarrell's going to roll to his left, still on his feet, spins off a couple tackles. Going to be brought down by number 53, Jason Lassimar. He is near the first down marker, waiting. Yep. Here's what I don't understand. The head official is like 7 yards behind the first down marker. No one else signaled first down. He just starts signaling it without even looking. Did you see? I mean, am I seeing it the same way?
No, yeah, I saw that as well.
Because I thought it was close.
He just said, well, if nobody else is going to do it, I'm going to, and I feel like calling it a first down, and he did. And so he did.
1st and 10 from the 37. Toss back to number 23. Tries to turn the corner. He does on his feet. I'll tell you, Sherman's starting to pick it up here. That's a gain of about 8. Knocked out of bounds by number 2, Caden Ryan.
Definitely showing some heart and finding a little bit of room on the outside of this Hawk defense. They're stretching them out a little bit. The quarterback has done a nice job getting to the outside on the option play last time. And that was a toss sweep to the opposite side of the field. And really nice first down gain.
2nd down and 2. Fumble. I think the Hawks got it. Yep, Jaron Robinson falls on top of it. What was a bad toss turns into a fumble, and the Hawks get it.
It's another option play. The quarterback made a quick decision to pitch it. I actually thought it was a pretty good pitch. The running back could not handle it. The ball bounced around. Really, the running back tried to get it, kind of slipped, and allowed Robinson to get back there and pick it up. So that's a second turnover here already in the first quarter. The Hawks took advantage of the first one. We'll see if they can put points on the board again here.
1st and 10 from the Sherman 35. That's where the Hawks will start. Snap back. Robinson looks to pass, rolls to his his left. Passes it out to Landon McFadden, who has a first down and more. Gain of about 12. Down inside the 25 to about the 24. And first down, Hawks.
Looked like Robinson really was preferring to throw it down the field. Didn't see anything. Kind of scrambled just a little bit to his left and just dumped it off into the left flat to McFadden, who did the rest, able to get the first down. Putting a lot of balls up in the air here tonight, passing early, and I like it. It adds balance and keeps the defense on their toes.
Snap back. Robinson rolls to his right. He's going to keep it, turns the corner down inside the 20. He's brought down. But there is a flag, and it's a holding call from your favorite official.
And he's so far behind the play, and he just sits back there and throws that flag every time.
So that's going to bring him back.
It's been a lot of yellow on this field.
I just keep waiting for you to come up with something.
I don't have anything yet. It'll happen.
Maybe I should not look for that.
You probably should.
It's going to back him up to the 39-yard line. It's going to bring up First down and 24? What do you think, 24, 25?
Yes.
Which one?
25.
Snap back. Robinson. Pocket collapses. He's going to keep it. Runs ahead. Finally brought down. Gain of about 6.
This is by far the most aggressive open playbook calling that we've seen all season long by the Hawks. I mean, and I like it. No criticism there. But they've definitely they're looking to throw the ball. They've mixed it around. It's not just been McFadden. It's been Robinson as well running. So they've really mixed it up. I would say just Coach Underwood's gotten a lot more confident in this offense as the season has gone on.
First quarter comes to a close. South Harrison leading 6-0. We'll take a timeout. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lou and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Here we go, set to start the second quarter here at Gary Barnett Field, where the Hawks have a 6-0 lead over the Sherman Tide, and an opportunity, a win tonight, to help in their playoff aspirations. Again, not guaranteed with a win tonight and next week, but it definitely puts them in position. They'll need some help, and we'll see if they can get it. It's going to be first down and about 19 here. Snap back to Robinson. Quick pass out to McFadden's got a lot of room, and he gets up past the original line of scrimmage. So that'll bring up third down and about 8.
To have McFadden in the slot that time, just a quick swing pass to him. I really like that play. I wish that's something they would have utilized earlier in the season because it gets the ball quickly to him on the outside of the defense without having to block it. And he's going to make plays in space. I think there's been times this year in the season when teams have really tried to bottle him up the middle. We've been a little stubborn continuing to do that when we could run a play like that. So I like them adding that to the offensive arsenal.
Third down and 9 officially. Rolling to his left is Robinson. Passes it up the field. And there's a flag thrown in. I think it's going to be pass interference. Danny, what do you think about that call?
I think it was. I mean, they definitely had a hand on him and kind of moved his shoulder around a little bit. I was kind of blocked there for 1 second and missed part of. I couldn't really see exactly how accurate the pass was.
Pass interference. And then there's an illegal man downfield on the Hawks. Penalties offset. Second down, nothing. Actually, it would be third down, wouldn't it? Replay third down.
Do you feel like this official here in the back was ticked because the other guy threw a flag and said, hold on now, that's my job. And then he said, I'm going to throw one in there too. We'll just let him offset.
Well, I mean.
It feels like that.
What's this guy doing right here? He's got a flag. He's got a yellow flag and a referee shirt on right here in the bleachers.
Oh, well, I mean, he might as well get down there and throw a flag too. Everybody else is. I take it back. Just the guy in the white hat.
Snap back to Robinson, rolls to his left. He's going to pass. Pocket collapses, still on his feet, and he's going to be brought down. It's going to be fourth down. I imagine you go for it here.
Yeah, I'm sure at this position. What I can't understand, and we've commented on it all year, but they love to roll him out to the left, and it's so difficult for him
to stop, reposition.
Yeah, and he's rarely able to set his feet there. and it looks awkward, and just because it's not natural when you're right-handed, and they've done it a lot. I'd like to see them take advantage of the fact that he's right-handed and roll him that way. I really think he's best at standing in the pocket throwing it, though, to be honest with you, from what I've seen.
4th down and 11. Preston Beck in the backfield. Delay of game against the Hawks.
That was quick.
I tell you, I'll say it. We talked about it during the break. South Harrison really should have a commanding lead in this game.
Yeah, I mean, if you look out on the field of the two teams, it feels like there's a pretty big discrepancy between the two, and we should have 2-3 touchdown lead right now. And that can get scary if you let a team like that hang around.
The pistol. Robinson's going to pass. Almost intercepted. They'll turn it over on downs. Sherman's going to get the football. He did try to stay in the pocket there.
He did. Just didn't look like anyone really was open. Kind of a longer developing pass play. That being said, I mean, they did have to get 11 yards down the field to get the first down.
First and 10 for the Tide from their own 30-yard line. Pitch back. Looks like this time pitched back to number 5. Colby Buzzard. It's just so difficult to see their numbers, and I can't. Yeah. Anyway, gain of 5.
I mentioned that the longer you let a team like this hang around, they get dangerous. And you got a 1-5, 1-6 Sherman Ball Club coming in here. They've only won once. But as this game goes on, they look at the scoreboard like, oh my goodness, we're in this. They get excited and it elevates their play. The Hawks need to go ahead and get this lead extended. Horse collar, flag. Guess who threw it?
Yep.
He threw a nut.
Oh, that looks like a pair.
Looks like a yellow towel.
Where'd he get that from? I see flags everywhere, and
he looked like a clown pulling flags out from everywhere. That's what it looked like to me. And that last one was a big yellow towel. And I'm not
holding
kidding.
Against Sherman. Personal foul, horse collar tackle. Penalties offset. 2nd down.
This is not a lot. That is a big yellow flag. I don't know how he got it out. I don't know how he had that in his pants this whole time. Like that way. It's a shame that people can't see this.
You gotta stop. I'm not going to be able to do this. It was reminiscent. Those parachutes you play with when you're a kid. That was like that coming out. It was like this huge. That was a big
I've
flag.
I've never seen anything like it.
Jarrell gets the snap and rolls to his left, and he's met there by number 75.
And now I'm just watching
Trey
the official.
Waller.
I can't help, but I've got attention issues. I mean, like he had his hand on the flag the whole time. He's like, how can I throw this thing? And he's got like 6 more in his pants if something else happens.
Officials take a timeout. 3rd down and 6.
See, it's so hard for me to move on from something like that because
You've got to move
I
on.
wish people could have seen that at home. And I'm surprised that people on the stands aren't rolling around laughing right now. They're in shock, I think.
Jarrell drops back. He'll be sacked. Trey Waller with the sack. Well, he's had a good game.
Great job by the defense there, getting pressure and then able to get the sack. This defense has done a good job. They really have. I mean, even, we said it's sloppy a little bit at times, and we feel like it should be a bigger lead, but the defense has done their job, forced a couple turnovers, and have held Sherman scoreless.
Sherman will be forced to punt it away. Facing 4th down and 13. It's a high punt, but it's short. And it's going to take a Sherman hop and a roll. Be down at the 42-yard line of South Harrison.
I'm with you still. There was several things running through my head there to say, and I didn't say it. This offense needs to go ahead and try to get things going. Even I love the balance, and they've done some different things. Probably gotten away from their bread and butter a little bit when that's McFadden. Let's see the ball in his hands a little bit more in this drive, just with some handoffs.
I formation now for the Hawks. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Looks like some communication issues. Pitch back to McFadden. He swallowed up.
That's an option play to the right. Quick decision to pitch it. Sherman was there, and again, this team. You can see it. I don't know. I feel like I can see growing confidence on with them, especially on the defensive side as this game's going on. I mean, hey, we're about midway through the second quarter here. Still only 6-0, South Harrison.
2nd down and 12 now after that 2-yard loss that really could have been a lot worse. McFadden made something out of nothing. Snap back, toss, back to McFadden, trying to turn the corner. And he's brought down. Gain of maybe a yard. It's still going to bring up 3rd and long.
As good as they looked on that opening drive, it just seems kind of out. Now they've kind of gotten out of sync a little bit offensively. Not getting much of a push up front. I'm starting to see, especially on that play, they're starting to run blitz these linebackers, which is exactly what St. Mary's was doing. They probably picked that up on the film. And I just got a message that Moorfield is up 21-0 on Pendleton County.
Interesting. I'd say that they're going to get 5 here, offsides on Sherman. Let's see what the call is. What? What?
I don't know. I feel like he called. Yeah, it was a delay of game.
Wow.
Signal, but it looked like they jumped off sides.
3rd down and 16, 6:15 to go here in the second quarter. The Hawks clinging to a 6-0 lead. Robinson rolling to his left, stops, tries the position, throws it up the field. Into the hands of Landon McFadden, who just runs and catches it. It will be a South Harrison touchdown. Looking for some laundry. There is none. And I'm going to tell you, Robinson, that was a tough throw because he just kind of launched it up the field, and I was getting ready to call it incomplete, and McFadden ran under it.
He flipped it into another gear. Did it look like that?
Yeah.
Once he saw the ball, I thought it was going to be overthrown as well. He flipped it into turbo gear and was able to run under it, make the catch, and once he did, you knew he was gone. So that's 2 long touchdown passes tonight for Robinson on senior night. Good for him.
Two-point conversion attempt. Robinson rolls to his right, going to try to punch it in himself. He does. The score here with 5:46 to go in the second quarter. South Harrison on top, 14-0.
This is more what we're talking about, what we were looking for. Good job that time on that drive. Really nice throw and catch. Robinson to McFadden for the long touchdown, 14-0. Let's see the Hawks really now try to just build this thing, maybe get another stop and another score before the half.
Don't forget the Good Hopes Hawks Nest will be opened late this evening. The restaurant and convenience store will both be open until 10 p.m. And when West Virginia plays on a Saturday, they have the Saturday WVU Game Day Special. It includes 1 medium, 1 topping pizza, a dozen chicken wings, and 2 liters of Pepsi for $19.95. So you'll want to stop in and check that out at the Good Hope Hawks Nest. 5:46 to go here. The Hawks now up 14-0. As you mentioned, Jaron, with 2 nice throws to get into the end zone. 2 long passes.
Nice job. That makes for a really good memory for him on his senior night game. And still a lot of time left, and they've definitely been looking to throw the football more tonight than they have all season long.
Danny, as you stated, number 14 Moorfield is leading number 1 Pendleton 21-0 at half. Doddridge County on top of Williamstown at the half 14-7. Ritchie County running away from Gilmer 28-6. Ryan, short kick, takes a hop at the 40. The return man runs backwards and is brought down at about the 38-yard line. And that's where Sherman will start this drive.
They've started with pretty good field position all night, really, and mainly because the Hawks employ the short, bloop kickoff there, but they've not been able to do really anything with it. Still a shutout by this Hawk defense.
Jarrell drops back, rolls to his right.
Uh-oh.
Throws it, intercepted by number 53, Jason Lassamar. That's probably one you just tuck and run. He threw it off of his rolling to the right and really just threw it off his heels. Intercepted by number 53, Jason Lassamar.
Yeah, it was just a bad play. It was a bad decision. It was a worse throw. Lassamar right there for the interception. Great for him on a nice senior night memory for him. And see if the Hawks try to go up top again, right? Why not? Throw it deep.
1st and 10 from the Sherman 46. Handoff to McFadden. He's stuffed. No gain on the play.
It's a normal dive play there by McFadden. Just not much room at all. Sherman did a nice job on that run.
Second down and 10 now. Out of shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, McFadden to the left. Looks right to McFadden. It's caught to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. McFadden into the end zone once again for a South Harrison touchdown.
It was a slant pattern. Really, they set that up because early in the game they did more of like a slant and go. I think the defender was waiting on that, laid off. McFadden caught the ball, was able to get through that first tackle pretty easily, and then he was off to the races for another touchdown. 3 touchdown passes for Robinson, 2 of them to McFadden. Robinson well over 100, probably coming close to 130, 140 yards passing and 3 touchdowns here in the first half.
2-point conversion attempt. They'll attempt it out of shotgun. He'll roll to his right. Exact same play we saw last time with the exact same result. Robinson keeps it and punches it in. 2-point conversion attempt is good. The score now, South Harrison 22, Sherman 0. Danny, we talked about it. We really felt that South Harrison was the better football team, and they held to that. Sometimes it just takes a while to get things going.
I think it just took them a little longer than what we thought it should, or a little longer than what we would have liked, but nonetheless, they are starting to roll now and building and extending the lead on this Sherman football team.
.443 to go. Defense has also played really well for the Hawks tonight. Sherman's had a very difficult time getting anything going. Caden Ryan set to kick it away.
I think he can bloop that down. Instead of going down the middle with it, kind of come down here to the side. Although their players moving over a little bit more. No, it didn't go 10 yards.
Onside kick attempt.
Well, isn't that a penalty if they touch it before 10 yards? Because they did. Oh, he didn't throw the flag. What? He called the penalty, but he didn't throw the flag. Now that makes no sense.
Maybe it was so difficult getting the yellow towel out the last time that they opted not to do it.
I feel like, I feel like he's got so many flags in his pants. He's not. That's why he's so far behind the play. He can barely walk. I mean, you watch like he is wobbling out there. It looks like a penguin.
Snap back. Jarrell rolls to his right. Spins. Nice run there by Jarrell. He gets down inside the 45.
And not a big kid. You mentioned it earlier, but he does run tough. He's had a couple really nice option runs, turning up the field. He's not been easy for the Hawks to get down to the ground. And I like his mental toughness. After the last play, he threw a really bad interception, able to come back this time and run really hard on first down.
McFadden able to get in there and get the tackle. Rolls to his left. Pitches to number 23. It looked like Robinson had him wrapped up and just slid right off of him, and he was able to gain about 3 on the play.
Option play to the left. Quarterback pitched at that time. You mentioned that Robinson had a chance to get him early on, not able to do it. A little bit of a gain there for Sherman.
Stay tuned for the Good Hope Hawks Nest halftime show. We will talk West Virginia football and announce the coaches cook-off winner. Snap back to Jarrell. Handoff once again. Stuffed once again by number 75, Trey Waller, who is having a game here this evening. He has been all over the place.
He definitely has, making big plays. He's really the strength and hold that front line of the defense together. He's done a really good job all season long.
Fourth down now and 3. Pitch back. McFadden with the tackle. Loss on the play, and South Harrison will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Still plenty of time here. They've been aggressive throwing the football. You got 2.5 minutes to go before the half. Definitely an opportunity for them to put some more points on the board.
First down and 10 for the Hawks from their own 45. 2:39 to go here. They lead 22-0. Snap back. Hand off to number 12, Preston Peck. He gets about 8. And a flag gets in late.
Hey, did you see who threw that? I certainly did.
Let's see what the call is from the field. Holding against the Hawks. How many holding calls has that been?
And a face mask offset. He makes sure they offset. That's the third time we've had offsetting penalties, and I mean it can happen, but it's.
Now wait a minute. If it offsets, why did the ball get moved back?
It just comes back. They run the play over again. again. 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking it was second down. Well, let's not take away the run from Preston Peck. Tremendous run
it was
there.
Very good run.
First and 10. Movement on the line. False start against the Hawks. The flag came from the sidelines, the side judge over there, but the head official also threw one late.
Because he's like, not to be outdone. I will not be outdone. I have flags in my pocket, too. Several.
First down and 15.
Up his sleeves. I mean, they're under his hat. I mean, he's ready. You just never know how many penalties are going to be on a play. You just don't know. You got to be prepared.
Snap back to Robinson. Passes up the field through the hands of number 21, Noah Dyer, incomplete. Brings up second down and 15.
Very aggressive tonight throwing the football. I like, that as a former quarterback, I enjoy watching them throw the ball. Robinson's done a nice job. What I see them doing here on this drive, trying to get some of the other seniors a chance to touch the football. I like that. Want to get them involved as well on senior night.
Snap back. Fakes the handoff to Peck. Then pitches back to McFadden. Runs up to the 45-yard line, lowers his shoulder, and I think the defender got the bad end of that deal.
Definitely looked like it there. McFadden lowering the boom on that run.
Gain of 5 brings up third down and 10 from the South Harrison 45-yard line. That is the original line of scrimmage. Some confusion on the offensive side of the ball as Jaron Robinson was trying to direct traffic, and Coach Underwood calls a timeout. 1:29 to go here in the first half. The score, 22-0. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lew and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. 22-0 is the score. South Harrison still has the ball. Third down and 10. 1:29 to go. Snap back to Robinson. Pitch back to McFadden. He's going to pass. Passes it up the field to an open number 3, Jacob Haddix, but the defender able to get in there and get their hands on it. It's incomplete. Brings up 4th and 10, and you would imagine a punt.
Haddix was open behind the defense. McFadden just put a little bit too much air under that pass. The defender able to get his hand on it at the last second and knock it away.
Thomas Check out there to punt it away. The freshman has had a tremendous year punting for the Hawks. Snap back. The punt is up. Takes a hop at the 30. Rolls inside the 25. Down inside the 20. And is going to come to rest somewhere around the 18-yard line. Nice punt.
Very nice. You said it. Really good season. Very impressive usually you don't talk a lot about punters, but he has just done such a stellar job all season that it's been worth mentioning. Really, in every game, he's made an impact, and so his future is bright, being that he is only a freshman.
First and 10 from the 18. 1:11 to go here in the half. Jarrell pass. Screen pass. Caught. Jason Lassimar wraps him up. The receiver able to slip away. Really a gutsy play there.
I really thought the screen was set up better than what it ended up doing. The receiver there actually cut it back more towards the middle of the field. I thought his blockers were out in front on the outside. Probably could have been a bigger gain had he seen that.
Second down and 6. Jarrell's going to keep it. And gain of a couple. Wrapped up again by number 53, Jason Lassimar. Said his name a lot this evening as well. Third down and 3. Jarrell under center. Drops back to pass. Another flag is thrown. False start against the Sherman Tide.
He loves it. He's like, yes. Flag. Oh, there it is. Can you sense that? I mean, what we try to do here is paint a picture for people at home to see. And that's what I'm seeing. And I'm trying to paint it. Tonight, we're painting it yellow because it's all over the field.
Well, when he threw the flag, I chuckled because I knew what was coming.
He just shoved another one down his pocket there.
Snap back to Jarrell. He keeps it, runs ahead. He's up to about the 25. That'll be a gain of 2, but not enough to do anything, and the half comes to a close. South Harrison with the commanding lead that we expected, 22-0. They'll make their way into the locker room with this lead. Sherman going to try to regroup.
Overall, pretty good performance in the first half. I mean, if you're up 22-0, it's hard to complain about that. Good job of Robinson putting it up through the air for the 3 touchdowns, and the defense has got the shutout here in the first half.
Welcome inside the Good Hope Hawks Nest halftime show as the South Harrison High School Marching Band makes their way to the field. Senior recognition this evening. The Hawk football team making their way into the locker room with a 22-0 lead. And, well, Danny, what do you think?
I think so many things. Give me a topic.
Football.
Okay. No, I think overall, it's you're up 22-0, as I mentioned. I mean, you're happy with that. I really think it could have been worse. It was good, but there were some sloppy parts to the first half. Very aggressive play calling, throwing the football. It's been successful with 3 touchdown passes. Defensively, I think we've been solid as we have been all season long. We're definitely really outmanned Sherman.
Yeah.
And this score could get pretty bad if the Hawks continue to play, if they play their best in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll get back to the South Harrison Sherman game in just a little bit. Let's take a look at the scores, see if anything is shifted here. Looks like the Moorfield-Pendleton game score has not been updated. As a matter of fact, none of the scores have, so we'll come back to that a little bit later. Well, let's talk some Mountaineer football. Heartbreaking loss last night in what was a stellar defensive performance, I thought.
tremendous on defense. I mean, if they could have had any kind of offense, they win that game last night.
Yeah.
I mean, the defense did everything they could, and then they had the special teams on the muffed punt that they got, and they couldn't get any points out of that. That was probably the ball game right there. That was their chance.
Yeah.
And unable to do it. All that being said, I mean, they were big-time underdogs on the road against an undefeated team. And so, again, Coach Brown, I give him credit. He's shown the ability to keep them in games against much better opponents. They were in it for 3 quarters with Texas. They were in the whole game last night on the road. When they're able to get, a little more talent there, especially at the quarterback position, I think we're going to be good in the next couple of years. I really, when he gets the talent, we're going to win a lot of football games. I believe that. And there's that defense has gotten better and better. And there's some young kids playing. Number 23, is it Tyke Smith? Is that how you say it? I just want to say right now, I mean, you can see it. That he is going to be good. He reminds me of Carl Joseph, who made an impact as a freshman, and he's making big-time plays. And there's several true freshmen out there that have been inserted into the defense that are doing a good job. If Daggy is able to come in at the end of the season or next year and he's any good, as people have said, I mean, this could be a team going forward that could be pretty good.
Okay, a couple of things. You were talking about the performance of Coach Neil Brown. A lot of people are really upset with him today because of the delay of game when the field goal was going through the uprights that gave them the 5-yard penalty that prevented the second attempt, what happened there. So he took it on his shoulders. He said that he had people on the sidelines that are supposed to be watching that. And when he was pressed, who is that? He said, listen, it's on me. I am the head coach. It's on me. So he owned it. He didn't run from it.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, there's so much that goes into that. I mean, it is unfortunate that happened. But, I mean, you got to step back and see the big picture and not be like they had a blunder on,
Right.
I mean, yes, I would have tied the game. I get that. But I just think he's doing a good job. I mean, we are, not as talented as the teams that we're playing.
Do you think some of the criticism that comes from fans is that the offense is very vanilla, so to speak, not a lot happening? Is it out of necessity or, the more I watch Kendall, I question whether he's the quarterback for us.
Oh, I guess he is for now. I mean, but no, not long term. I mean, they got to get somebody else in there. He's just not able to do it. I mean, I think the offense is vanilla because they don't have the playmakers to do something different. I do the only thing I would question with Brown, and I hate to because he's a solid coach. There's so many things that we don't know. The public doesn't. We don't know. So we just sit here and say stuff. So I hate to, but I will anyway. Kendall is slow. I mean, he would take off running, and 5 minutes later he's still not to the line.
You're going to say Trey Lowe.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. What I'm saying is they were doing some running plays or they would put McCoy at the and I'm thinking, if you're going to do that with the quarterback position, it may as well be someone that can run the ball.
Okay, so I agree with you. Like I had that question myself, as does a lot of Mountaineer football fans. But it seems that Coach Brown is saying, I don't trust Trey Lowe in that situation.
Clearly not. I mean, it has to be that.
Our questioning comes from not seeing that young man play.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, and he has. He sees him in practice. Clearly that he cannot throw the football. That's the only thing that I could say. Because
but the times I've seen him come in garbage time, I mean, he looks like he's got a good arm. Mm-hmm. I mean, he hits him right in the hands. And
I think the other thing could be this, like we've said it, Neil Brown has a plan. He has a plan, and I think that potentially what's happening at quarterback, there's a plan in place here, and it could very well be he knows that Dagy's the answer. He knows that Dagy's going to come in here at the end of the season potentially or next season, and why bring in Lowe? I don't.
I follow the boards, and I'm a member of the Ear Sports and all that, and so I see some of the VIP articles, which everyone ends up seeing anyway. But anyway, so there's a lot of talk that Daggy, and I hate saying that, by the way, which you know why.
That's all right. I like it. I like when you say it. Because it's right.
I have no doubt. Anyway, they say that Daggy is probably going to get some snaps this week, and we potentially could see him
how many
play.
games they have left? Is it 4? We at 4? Yeah, they should play. I mean,
the only thing is that so we fell to what 4 and 5? Is that right? Or
3 and 5? I would say
3 and 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the only thing is if you do win 3 more,
right? Then
you're a bowl
eligible, right?
And then I don't know how that works. It's my understanding that it would have to include the bowl game.
It makes it very interesting. I mean, we'll just have to see how Coach Brown plays it out. But overall, I'm a big supporter. I like him. I think he's doing a good job. I think he's going to rebuild this program. I think we're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the coming years.
This week, the playoff rankings are supposed to come out. Any thoughts?
It's just so early. So much is going to happen. It's fun to talk about. But
what about Baylor? Do they have a chance?
I don't think so. First of all, I think they'll get beat before they ever get there. But
same old names: Alabama, Clemson.
It's going to be
Penn State's probably up there somewhere,
LSU,
maybe.
Alabama,
LSU,
Clemson, and Ohio State's probably going to be the top 4 initially. Obviously, LSU and Alabama play. I don't think this weekend, but next weekend.
Yeah,
that's going to be a tremendous game. And those teams beat up on each other too, so there's so much to happen. But it is fun. But the one thing about college football is it's become a little bit boring because it is the same teams up there at the top.
Yeah.
So not the parity that you see in the NFL typically, other than that the Patriots win the Super Bowl every year. I got sick when I said that. Literally.
Hey, I'm enjoying the NFL this year.
I'm sure you are.
Yeah. I mean,
the Bills are looking good.
Yeah, well, they lost to Philadelphia last week.
Yeah. Overall, still, usually they lose a lot more.
Yeah, they look a lot like the Steelers right now, right?
We got Ben's hurt.
Yeah. I mean, but what's your backup plan? Ben, it's not like he has a lot of miles left.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they're saying he says he's going to play his contract out, which has 3 more years. We'll see. I mean, obviously your health plays a role in that. I think Mason Rudolph's done a good job. I don't know that he's if he is your long-term answer. I mean, it's not like you're getting another Ben Roethlisberger. That's why it's scary. You can go a long time between franchise quarterbacks.
Ben Roethlisberger, I mean, when they picked him up, didn't necessarily expect this, right? I mean, they knew
he was a
good.
first-round talent.
Yeah, they knew he was good.
I don't know how I don't know that it would be hard to expect. I mean, he's got 2 Super Bowls.
He's a Hall of Famer, right?
I think so. I mean, 2 Super Bowl wins. Had that unbelievable rookie, season with all the wins to start off his career. So I think undoubtedly he is. I think that we've squandered him a little bit and not won enough Super Bowls with him. Especially if we get no more, we definitely did. Really, he should come out of this with 3 or 4,
right?
2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think here's the thing to say about the Steelers. This big game for them this week. Mm-hmm. They got Indianapolis coming in. We're sitting at 3 and 4. We'd be 4 and 4. And the schedule is a lot lighter in the second half of the season for them. So
you're thinking it's possible?
I think it's possible that they could. I don't think they can go anywhere. I don't think they're. Even if they make it, I don't think they can make a run. Mm-hmm. But I do think they could. It's not beyond the realm that they could be in the playoff hunt at the end. I mean, if you look back at their losses, other than New England, who doesn't count because they're
right.
New England, they were 1 or 2 plays away from winning all those games. I mean, so their record could be much different, especially Baltimore. They really got a bad call on roughing the passer that extended a drive late that gave the Ravens a chance to get it into overtime. We should have won that game, and it changes everything. So, but that's the NFL. That happens. But they're not that far out of it. Yeah.
Before we get into the coaches' cook-off winner for 2019, Mike Tomlin, is he safe? I mean, is it because Big Ben's hurt?
Absolutely, he's safe, and even if, first of all, they're not doing that bad.
But if the bottom falls out now.
Yeah, I think he's going to have the Ben excuse. And the Steelers just don't make changes. I mean, he would have to really lose a lot for them to make a change. And I've actually never been a real big Tomlin fan. He's a good football coach. I mean, you can't. I mean, we win, but he just hasn't gotten us the Super Bowls. And that's the standard. He always says the standard is the standard. And the standard is Super Bowls, and it's been a long time since we've got one. That's what I'd like to say to him.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, Mike Tomlin, the standard is Super Bowls. But I do think you get a free pass. I mean, your quarterback's hurt. He's out for the season. What do you want to do?
Tom Brady. I read an article he's trying to sell his home. And I read, I don't know where, but that he basically had voided his contract after this year.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've heard some stuff. Not sure what the story is on that. I would love to see him be done.
And how about Vinatieri, who misses an extra point, 47 years old, and then comes back and makes a 48-yard field goal or something like that?
It was a long field goal to get the win, yeah. I think he's had several misses this year that have hurt them. Probably he's played 1 year too long. I'm sure this will be his last after, everything that he's gone through. But that's impressive, 47 years old. I mean, geez.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, you think about Brady and even Big Ben. When you start getting to that age, you start taking those hits. I mean, from those young guys, that's
Brady
hard on your body.
Rarely gets it because he falls down if someone comes around him.
You're obviously not a Tom Brady fan.
Not at all.
I'm not a Tom Brady fan.
He's good.
I'm not a fan.
Take away from that,
but is he the best that's ever played?
I think you have to say that he is because he's won 6 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
He's been the MVP, and I mean, it pains me to say that, but I don't think that. Based upon everything we've seen, I don't think that could be said any other way.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. Let's transition to the coaches cook-off winner.
Right. Let's talk about food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tonight was Coach McCaffrey, and I'll let you set the stage.
Sloppy Joe's tonight, and hey, I like me some Sloppy Joe's.
Like a manly meal, right?
It was very, very, very meaty.
Yeah.
Sloppy Joe's. I just tried to describe. It had some cheese. I put a little cheese, laid some cheese on the hamburger buns or the Sloppy Joe buns, whatever you want to call them. And put the meat on. Very good. It was good. I definitely enjoyed. I had 2.
Yeah, and then there was the macaroni and cheese.
Some homemade macaroni and cheese. Enjoyed that as well. Definitely good. You know what? We were never disappointed.
Never.
On any of the weeks. These coaches could cook. They can make me dinner anytime.
We'll pass that along.
I would be glad to eat it. And so it was very good. What did you think of it tonight?
I thought it was very good. I typically like that type of meal. So I thought the macaroni and cheese was awesome. I thought the flavor of the actual Sloppy Joe mix was all very, very good. But we were actually sitting there and eating it, and I realized we had a problem.
A little bit.
The problem is that the last time we had this, you were not here. And the lasagna that had won so many weeks in a row was dethroned by Coach Hathaway's tacos. So we were discussing it, and we didn't know how to properly move forward. And then a couple gentlemen who have also eaten the every meal happened to come in to get this evening's meal, a couple of custodians here at the high school. We decided we would ask them. And they didn't know we was running a competition. We just asked.
Yeah.
I said, the first question was, hey, you and I had talked, and I know what I thought. And so we were just looking for some sort of someone to concur with what we had said. And you had some logic before they walked in about. Go ahead.
Yeah, but
that.
Basically the last thing that I had eaten that was the winner was the lasagna. And so I felt like I could put it up against the lasagna, and we'd have a problem if it wins, because then I can't judge it against the tacos. But if by chance that I would pick the lasagna over that, then that kind of eliminates Sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Joe. Yeah, Chris Farley and Adam Sandler there.
Yep. So when I thought of it this way, I don't know if you want me to go ahead and give the answer to that.
Well, you give the answer to that part.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, for me, if it came down to it again, if it was the lasagna or the Sloppy Joe, I would go with the lasagna. So I feel like, that for me, that in my mind, that would eliminate Sloppy Joes from from the competition.
Okay.
So,
all right,
we got some backup.
Well, and for me, I was obviously comparing it to the tacos, and I picked the tacos. So it sounds like we have a winner, but then we have two custodians come in who had every meal, and we're looking for validation, right? So we asked the question, and everyone agreed. Very good meal tonight. Awesome. But what was the best? And without any prompting, I reminded them of every meal that there was. They critiqued it. They talked about how good each one was. But they both said tacos.
Tacos, they did. And that was a confirmation for us that we needed. And so, yeah, congratulations, tacos.
Yeah, so the 2019 Coaches Cook-Off winner, Coach Hathaway's tacos.
Nice. It was
there
good.
It is.
And you said annual earlier.
Yeah.
And I like that, because what that means is we get to continue to eat.
And he gets an opportunity to
defend his crown.
To defend it, yeah. So
he'll be excited, I'm sure.
Yeah, and
as he should be.
Yeah, and we'll talk to him. Hey, you going to bring tacos back, or are you going to come up with something different? Because he has an opportunity to defend his title.
Yeah. What would you do? I mean, if you had the winning, would you, or would you want to bring the same thing back, or would you feel like you wanted to change it up a little bit?
Well, and I'm knowing what I know, I think that it was all very close. Like every meal was very close.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd probably up my game.
I think I would too. I think I would change it up a little bit, because I'd want to prove that, hey, it's not just about the tacos; it's about my ability to cook.
Yeah.
And I've got a wide range.
Yeah.
And I think other coaches are going to step up their game. I know Coach Hayhurst was not happy that he did not advance and win, and I know he's ready to up his game.
He was actually really upset. I mean, I don't know if you recall, but he threw a piece of the pork python steak in your face.
He did. I mean, him and I have since, we've made up after that. No, but no, he was disappointed because he tried hard, and it was good. I mean,
and if you remember, it was my pick.
Right, I was the one. That's why he threw the pork chop at me. But I mean, you get it. I get it. It's not the first pork chop I've ever had thrown at me.
Well, and I don't want to know anything about that. Okay. So with all that being said, you're listening to the Good Hope Hawks Nest halftime show, and we just want to encourage you to stop in and see them. They're going to keep the restaurant hours and convenience store open until 10 p.m. tonight. And when West Virginia plays on Saturdays, you can purchase the WVU Game Day Special. It includes 1 medium, 1 topping pizza, and a dozen chicken wings with 2 liters of Pepsi for $19.95. Well, both teams have made their way back out here on the field. Danny, what do you think Sherman's coaches are saying to them?
I think, at this point in the season, when you're coaching a team that's only won one game, that you're playing for pride. You're playing for your school. You want to represent your school well. And I think you want to get better as a program. I don't know how long he's been the coach there, but I'm sure he's trying to get some things built to improve upon. And so I think he's saying, listen, first half score doesn't matter. It's nothing, 0-0. Let's go out here and try to win this second half.
What about Coach Underwood to the Hawks?
I think he's pretty happy being up 22-0. I feel like, last year Sherman, I think, beat us pretty good, wasn't it? Like 62-0. I think there's a little bit of revenge. It seems like he'd maybe like to get. I think he wants his team to clean it up. I mean, this is a team that we're still talking about potentially for the playoffs, and there's been some things not clean and crisp at times, so you want to keep improving. I'd say he's saying, guys, let's just keep getting better.
Opportunity, maybe it could arise in the second half to get some younger players on the field and, again, maybe have that opportunity to build for that possible playoff run. Speaking of playoff runs, Moorfield, number 14 against number 1 Pendleton County, they are leading 21-0 in the fourth quarter. It looks like we're going to have one of the big upsets of the season happen here in week number 10. Doddridge County, the latest score is 14-7 over Williamstown. I'm certain that's been changed at this point, but we don't know. But that's a huge score right there. That's a huge score. Moorfield on top of Pendleton. It's going to help us and hurt us, I think, all at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, we get a point, but I think that helps Moorfield to that gets a bunch of points for Moorfield, and they move up. And that's one of the teams we're fighting against for a spot. I mean, I think it says a lot about Pendleton County. I mean, Moorfield was not very good. I didn't feel like they were a very good team. And so it says a lot about Pendleton County. Yeah, it makes you wonder, though, how, let's say Pendleton, though, finishes at, say, 2 or something. I mean, they're high, 2 or 3. What if the Hawks get in there? I mean, maybe we can go knock off a team like Pendleton County in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, South Harrison has the ability to compete. If we can get the playoffs, it's all going to depend on pairings. And I will say that even if you got paired up, say with like a Doddridge County or a Ritchie County in the first round or second round or however that works, I don't know. I think we're better now than we were when we played them before.
We are. I think it would be a tall task against, say, a Doddridge County, but I really felt like Ritchie County would, if we would play our best game, I think that would be an attainable team. And I would just have to see, like I say, it really comes down to the draw that they would get, assuming they can get the help they need and get in.
Sherman set to kick it off to the Hawks. Back for the Hawks, number 14, Landon McFadden, and number 10, Jaron Robinson. And I'll tell you what, there's a battle for the ball, and the senior Robinson is going to win that battle. Sherman really got down there quickly. And Robinson able to wrestle the ball away down at the 31-yard line.
Great job by Robinson to get in there. He was very sure-handed. He made a great play because it looked like to me Sherman was about to pounce on the football. He came in with reckless abandon there, got the football, and it could have kicked off of him. He did a nice job of catching the ball off the bounce and maintaining possession of it.
22-0, the Hawks lead. Snap back. Hand off to McFadden, who just runs straight ahead. Gain of a couple. Second down.
Straight dive up the middle. Typical. That's what we've seen from this Hawk offense. That's been their identity for the most part of the season. Tonight they've thrown the ball a good bit. We haven't seen as much of that. We'll see, though, if they continue that aggressive offensive game plan in the second half, or if they get a little bit more conservative, go back to what they've done more so for most of the season.
After the 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8. Snap back. Robinson keeps it himself, gets up near the 40-yard line to the 39. Nice gain is going to bring up 3rd down and about 3.
Literally got flipped head over heels there. That could be dangerous, but he actually did a nice job flipping all the way around and landing. He didn't land on his feet, but he landed safely, not injured, thankfully. But they've really used him. This is the most they've used him tonight. I mean, he's run several times, and, of course, he's passed it a good bit. I like it, and I think this can make them a better football team as they advance.
McFadden now at the quarterback position. Just following his lead blockers, has the 1st down at midfield. Brought down at the 49 of Sherman. Nice gain of about 12 on that play. Chains move.
Yeah, just standing there, just kind of thinking about this offense and how it's evolved as the season has gone on. And definitely tonight seeing even more weapons and more diversity and more things going on than what we've seen all season long. And so they've really grown as an offense. And if they're going to get in the playoffs, they're going to need that.
1st and 10 from the Sherman 49. Robinson's going to run it straight up the middle. Tries to get to the outside. Gets down inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 5 on the play.
Nice run there. Just a good start to the second half. Nice drive. Just kind of methodical here so far, but they're getting good chunk plays with their running attack. Just moving it towards the goal line.
Second down and 5 from the 44. High snap, and Sherman makes him pay for it. Sacked back at the original line of scrimmage. Loss of 5 will bring up 3rd down and 10.
Something we didn't talk about when we talked about West Virginia was also being down in the red zone area
and couldn't convert
the snap.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't looking for the snap, and who knows exactly what that was all about, but, very unfortunate.
It was difficult to watch, wasn't it? I mean,
oh, it was.
Snap back. Robinson passes across the middle through the hands of number 33, Parker Bunch. Incomplete, 4th down.
Nice pass. Bunch was open. Felt, I think, maybe a little bit of pressure over the middle there. Not able to haul it in. Nonetheless, it was a good route, good throw, just not able to complete it.
$8:51 to go. Joshua Thomas check out there, standing at his own 40, ready to punt it away. The punt is up. It's a good punt. Hits the 20 and rolls down to about the 6. Tremendous punt there by Joshua Thomas check, and Sherman's going to start deep in their own territory.
Not been able to do much on offense, Sherman, tonight. Had a couple turnovers. There's been a couple times where they strung together a couple first downs, but not able to do much of a threat, been much of a threat to score any points here so far. We'll see if they've made any adjustments at the half, try to do something different in the second half.
The officials are talking about something. I'm not sure what it is. False start against the Hawks.
I was going to say, where's the flag? But it's over there. There's one on the field.
Yes, there is.
I didn't see it for a long time. But I couldn't imagine they missed the opportunity to throw that flag.
False start against the Hawks. So a 5-yard penalty, and the Hawks will punt it away again. You hate that. It was such a good punt. Again,
very good punt.
Down at the 6-yard line. So see if Thomas Check can punch it in again. Ball now back at the 46-yard line. Thomas Check standing at his own 35. And another flag is thrown. Another false start against the Hawks.
I had almost said it a couple minutes ago, and I stopped myself because I was afraid that it would jinx it, but I could have done it. Said there's not been any flags yet.
Well,
and now, all of a sudden, here they come again. The flags are back.
The flags are back in town.
There you go.
You like that?
I do. They've been here all night, I'll tell you that. If they went away, it wasn't for long. It was a short trip at halftime.
From the 41, Thomas Check standing at his own 30. It's a good punt. And the return man, I actually seen his number that time, number 5, Colby Buzzard, dives to catch the punt. And it's at the 30-yard line.
That was the best punt catch I've ever seen in my life. Would you agree?
It was good.
I've never seen someone dive to make a punt catch.
Really dangerous,
really
actually.
You shouldn't.
Right.
But he did. And he came through because that was a tremendous catch of a punt. That's play of the game for Sherman so far. Because we're going to have to pick an MVP for them. And right now it's the official that has 47 flags in his pants. That's who's winning. But that punt catch, it's in the running.
Fumble. There is a fumble. I think the Hawks got it. Yep. You were expecting a flag?
Well, that was like the butt fumble. Remember the Jets?
Yes.
He ran at the back of his own guy right there.
Yes.
That is the high school version of the butt fumble.
Well, you're in rare form tonight.
Hey. Last home game, senior night. Flag fest.
Can't hold anything back now.
Let it out. You know what I mean? Let it go.
1st and 10 from the 27. The Hawks. Robinson hands it off to McFadden. He's hit quickly and brought down behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
No flags on the play. That's a good thing. Now, if that, I couldn't tell if that was an RPO or not. I mean, if it was an RPO, that's definitely the wrong decision to hand at that time to McFadden. Kind of looked like Robinson was trying to make that choice, and at the last second handed it to him, but Sherman was right there for the immediate tackle.
2nd down and 11 from the 28. Pass out to Haddix. It's a low pass. It's incomplete. 3rd down.
I think he had to throw it just a split second before he wanted to. A little bit of pressure again up in his face. They really haven't had good protect. I said he does better standing tall in the pocket. But truthfully, he hasn't had a lot of time to do that. And I'm going to assume that's why they roll him out as much as they do, trying to give him a little bit more time. But pass protection has been an issue for the Hawks this season.
Robinson rolls to his right. Passes. It's intercepted. Oh. On the tackle, number 14, Landon McFadden. I'll tell you that collision there was a little concerning. It's Trey Waller also came in on the tackle, and McFadden and Waller collided. McFadden honestly looked a little shaken up.
Yeah, a little dazed there. Looked like physical football game here tonight. Been some big hits.
Sherman now takes over at their own 21-yard line after the interception. Snap back. Nothing happening as Preston Peck able to get in the backfield and bring the runner down.
Tackle by number 12, Preston Peck.
Looks like a loss of about 4 will bring up 2nd down and 14.
There's just not much firepower for this Sherman offense.
No.
Oh my
Another
goodness.
fumble.
That was a phantom fumble right there. There was that he just dropped it. Like literally he was running towards the line of scrimmage and the ball just came out of his arms.
Sherman able to recover the football. So it's third down. Third down and about 17. Jarrell drops back, looks to pass. Passes it out. It's complete. The receiver's up over the 30. It's near the first down line.
I think it's going to be short a little bit. What do you see?
It's short. I think the head official already called it from way back there. Sherman going for it? I mean, why not, right?
Yeah.
And, the Hawks are scoreless here in the second half.
They are. It took them a little bit of time to get going in the first half, I mean, they did have the initial touchdown, then they slowed down for a little bit. Oh, he did not get it.
No,
Quarterback sneak, and he did not get it. His feet, it was like a Fred Flintstone running and not going anywhere because of the mud.
See where the spot is, but he did not get it. I think they're actually going to. Nope. Turnover on downs.
Did he ask Sherman if they thought it was not a first down?
He did. He got into conference with one of the players.
Good. If you guys okay if I just give them the ball here, or you want me to throw a flag? I want to do it.
Okay, here's my hope. I was watching the conversation, so he involves the Sherman player in the decision as to whether or not the football was turned over on downs.
To maybe whether or not they were going to ask for a measurement?
Yes, I think that's what it was. I think he was saying, listen, I don't think it's a first down. You look at it. What do you think? If you think it is, we'll measure. And I think the player looked down and said, it's not a first down. I've never seen that before.
No, that's weird. That's not how you do it.
Robinson.
You don't consult. What do you think, buddy? You all right? Let's just give them. It's 22-0. I mean, you guys have only won one game. Just give them the ball. You know what I mean? Like that's how it feels.
Robinson.
If I'm the coach, I want you asking me, not my players. Me. Would you agree? If you were the coach, you would want.
I think you make the call and you move on.
Right. Well, right. I mean, you throw so many flags. You seem to be pretty decisive about that.
Robinson runs for 5. McFadden at quarterback. He's going to run to his left, try to get to the outside, following the block of Jacob Haddix. No gain on the play as he is taken down hard. Third down.
Yeah, big hit there at the end. He was able to absorb it. But I think you're looking at 2-down territory here. They're going to go for it.
It's third down. Of course they're going for it.
I mean, I said it's 2-down territory.
I'm sorry.
I think they would go for it if they don't get it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ball at the 25-yard line. 4:18 to go. 22-0 is the score. I formation. Some movement, and I think the Hawks were able to draw them off sides. Offsides, indeed. That should give the Hawks a first down.
It's close, I think. They going to ask Sherman if they think that should be a first down or not? What do you guys think? Yeah, if you want to, we'll just give them a first down.
Third down and 1.
That official was clear back here. He's not walking all the way up there to tell him that with all those flags in his pocket. Then he's got to come all the way back again.
Handoff McFadden. He has the first down, lowers his shoulder, and he's thrown down. But not before he picks up the first down. Gets down to about the 16-yard line.
Obviously as we roll here down towards the end of the third quarter, they're in scoring position. You get a score. I think you mentioned about getting young players in. I also think you want to stay healthy. You got more to play for.
Hand off to Peck. He's hit almost immediately. Brings up second down. No gain.
Just nothing there. I mean, Sherman's done the best as far as defensively up the middle. They've been able to kind of keep South Harrison in check as far as the up the middle runs. Everything else the Hawks have been pretty successful with.
Second down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Pitch back to McFadden. He's brought down. Loss on the play. Scoring update, Moorfield leading number 1 Pendleton County 28-0. Looks like they're going to get that win.
That's a surprise. It's a very surprising score.
Doddridge County leading Williamstown 20-7 in the fourth quarter, so by all accounts, Doddridge is going to remain undefeated. I don't know how much time's left in that game. Win tonight. Final opponent is Tigers Valley, likely to get that win. It looks like Doddridge County may be looking for back-to-back 10-0 seasons. On the run this time,
It was a pass that time to number 21.
Noah Dyer.
Just a square in route by Dyer. Perfectly thrown pass. He had to kind of go down to get it a little bit. And when he did, his knee hit, so he wasn't able to run after the catch. It's right there at the first down marker.
They are going to measure. Stretching the chains. I have no opinion here. Looks like he's short. I can't tell. Yeah. You like how I did that? I have no opinion. Then I gave my opinion.
And you were right.
I was right. I'm always right.
So far.
Actually, I was right that it was a first down, but I said by half the football, and you said a nose.
Right.
And
that's true. I was more right. We were both right.
We were both right, but you were more right.
More
you were more right.
Right.
More.
Absolutely.
More.
Which I don't want to say it too early, but we did both pick the Doddridge-Williamstown game as well, which so far right now, that looks like I was right on that one too.
Yeah, I thought that Williamstown had a really good chance to knock them off, but
and it's not over. I mean, I hate to say
it's over
right now that I say it. How you know? I hope you're right on that one.
Well, my logic is if I say it's over, then they'll actually, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Robinson keeps it, runs down, almost gets into the end zone. He's going to be stopped short at the 1.
Good game tonight by Robinson. He's got the 3 touchdown passes. He's run 2 2-point conversions. Had some other nice runs. Very memorable senior night for Jaron Robinson.
It's going to be first and goal from the 1. Lining up in shotgun. Robinson just going to keep it. Run straight ahead. Stop short. No gain.
They have a couple big guys up in the middle of that defense, and I think that's where it's been a little bit tough. There's a couple good-size players for Sherman, and they've really they fought hard up in the interior part of that line tonight.
Second and goal from the 1. Snap back. Hand off to Peck. Peck into the end zone. Good for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to see the senior get a touchdown on senior night.
Preston Peck into the end zone. We are awaiting the 2-point conversion. Snap back to Robinson. Looks to pass. He does. Into the back of the end zone was number 21, Noah Dyer.
Nice throw by Robinson. And he stood in there in the face of pressure, took a shot as he was delivering it, and he delivered it accurately. Another 2-point conversion. This is the best they've done on 2-point conversions tonight all season.
30-0 is the score. 33 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Stay tuned. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School.
Back here at Gary Barnett Field, 33 seconds left in the third quarter. South Harrison up 30-0. One of their best performances of the season offensively. Seen a lot of different plays, different play calling tonight by this Hawk offense. Jaron Robinson's had 3 touchdown passes, long touchdown passes. He's ran a couple 2-point conversions, just threw for a 2-point conversion there. McFadden's had 2 of the receiving touchdowns, and they've looked good on offense. Defensively, obviously they have the shutout, and I know that's something they're going to try to go for to complete that shutout. They take a lot of pride in their defense. Caden Ryan now out to kick off. A little bit of that bloop kick, a little bit further than normal. Caught there on the run by Sherman. Hard to see the number there, but when he caught it, he went immediately to a knee, so he was down right there. That brings out the Sherman offense. See if they can get anything going. 32 seconds left here in the third quarter. Not been able to get much going here tonight. Really, the offense has revolved around their quarterback, who has seen some success on the option runs. Actually have a different quarterback in. Snap back to him. Tries to run it off the right tackle. Just gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Not able to see a number for him. But it is a different quarterback. They actually have what has been the regular quarterback, number 21, Gerald, split out as a receiver, and a different quarterback in. Not sure why they made that change. Maybe just to try to bring a little bit of variety. As the third quarter there goes ahead and comes to an end. So after 3 quarters of football on senior night, it's South Harrison 30, Sherman nothing. Pretty solid performance tonight overall by this Hawk football team, trying to get win number 5 and also hold on to playoff hopes. If they can get another win next week, they'd be 6-4, potentially on the bubble there, trying to get a playoff berth. Going to need a lot of help. As we've talked a few times tonight, Moorfield getting a big win. They're at number 14. South Harrison tied for 15th with Tyler Consolidated, but Moorfield going to pick up a lot of points here tonight. I think that's a little bit hurtful to the Hawk playoff chances. Tyler Consolidated tied with South Harrison, but they're most likely going to win tonight against a Valley Wetzel team that has 2 wins where Sherman only has 1. That's going to be a 1-point difference and give Tyler Consolidated the edge. Thinking of it on that, we're not sure where some of the other teams are, but that would project the Hawks maybe to fall down to number 16 going into the last week, needing a win against Tucker County, who has, I don't even know if they have any wins. They have no more than 1, so not a lot of points there. It's going to be tight. We'll see. Here we go, start of the fourth quarter. Sherman with the football, 2nd down and 10. Snap back, handoff to number 5. Gains a little bit off tackle to the right. It was Farrell back at quarterback, handing off to number 5, Colby Buzzard. A little bit of a gain there, about 3. Brings up 3rd down and 7. So they've been flipping quarterbacks a little bit. Not sure what that was all about, but it is back to Farrell now. He remains at quarterback as they come back to the line of scrimmage. Man in motion, left to right. Handoff to number 5 again. He is hit and brought down immediately by number 75, Trey Waller, who has been everywhere tonight for the Hawk defense and really has really held down the interior of the line all season long. It's going to bring up 4th down and about 7 with 11 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter on a running clock. Hawks have Haddix and McFadden back to try to return this punt. Snap back, punts away quickly. It's a line drive. It's bouncing. Haddix trying to pick it up. He does pick it up, and he's brought down immediately by 2 Sherman defenders. And so the Hawks will get the ball here right around the 20-yard line. 10 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Hawks coming back out. See McFadden now trotting off the field. Here comes Robinson as well, starting to get some younger players now in the ball game for South Harrison, up 30-0 in the 4th quarter.
10:35 to go. Cold out there. No comment whatsoever, you know.
Cold. I don't want to comment on it.
Okay. Caden Davis in at quarterback. False start. Flag.
He's not done. That guy's not done. He's not done. He plays to the. He's like, hey, I'm playing to the. This is 4 quarters. I got flags left to throw. You got a new quarterback in there. I'm gonna set the standard right now, son. I will throw flags.
You're awful.
I don't know. He's been the center of. He's gotten a lot of my attention here tonight.
Caden Davis is in at quarterback. Looks like Preston Peck also in the backfield. Timeout called. We'll take one as well. The score 30-0. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lou and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. First down and 15 after the penalty. Caden Davis, the freshman quarterback. Snap back to Davis. Toss back to Haddix. Haddix cuts back to the middle of the field, straight up the middle. And he's going to be wrapped up. Gain of about 7.
Toss sweep to the right. Nice job by Haddix to get up the field, get some positive yards there. Pretty well blocked by the offensive line. and we've talked about it some earlier in the game and throughout the season, Haddix has been one of those players that really has shown improvement, especially in the second half of the season as a ball carrier. And he's someone that in the future is going to have to pick up some of the slack left behind from McFadden and Robinson as they move on after graduation.
Pickup of 8 actually brings up second down and 7. Handoff again to Haddix. He's got a first down. He's at midfield to the 40. Running out of room on the sideline and is out of bounds right around the 30-yard line.
Nice run. Just kind of got through the line of scrimmage there and kicked it, bounced it to the outside, I should say. Kicked it into high gear right down the sideline. Not able to outrun all the defenders, but he was able to get all the way down to the 30. Very nice run by Haddix.
You know, coming into last week's game, we had seen Haddix really start to emerge. And those last couple of runs, we see why.
Yep, done a very nice job. Very good-looking run that time.
First and 10 from the 30. Here come the Hawks. Davis. Snap back. Toss back to Haddix. Haddix slips a tackle, cuts back to the middle field. He's got some room. Tries to get to the outside. He's at the 15, the 10, to the 5. And Jacob Haddix will get into the end zone for a South Harrison touchdown. In what was a tremendous run there, he actually slipped a tackle in the backfield and then went 30 yards for the TD.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to get tackled immediately. Was able to just kind of get through that guy, and then he cut it right back through, just sliced through the defense. Kind of a slashing kind of run there, right back through the teeth of the defense, cut across the field all the way into the end zone. That was all Haddix on that drive. Right on cue, as we said, he's really improved.
Awaiting two-point conversion attempt here. Peck in the backfield. Snap back to Davis. Davis trying to turn the corner, not able to do it. Two-point conversion attempt, no good. South Harrison 36, Sherman nothing, 9:02 to go here in the fourth quarter. Well, it's a final. Number 14, Moorfield, will upset and hold scoreless the number 1 team in the state of West Virginia, Pendleton County. They will fall tonight. Number 2, Doddridge County also secures a victory on the road at number 3, Williamstown, 20-7.
Impressive. That's an impressive win.
It is.
Because Williamstown they're a powerhouse. I mean, Doddridge has been good the last couple of years, and they're definitely a state championship contending team this year. But Williamstown is that perennially, and you got to go to their place, hold them to 7 points, and get the win. I think that's a statement win. They're going to move to number 1 with Pendleton County dropping off. They're probably going to finish the season with the 1 seed, and I think they deserve it. Good for them. That's part of why I picked them tonight. It just seems like things have lined up for them to have a really special season. The new field and everything opening up. Good for them.
Tigers Valley holding to a 7-0 lead over Pocahontas County. That score in the fourth quarter. Tyler Consolidated leading Valley Wessel 32-6. Parkersburg Catholic gets a win. That'll help the Hawks. 67-38 over Webster County. Hawks lining up to kick it away. Kicking off for the Hawks this time will be number 73, Lance Nelson. Good kick. Return man gets it at the 25, runs it ahead to the 45. Nelson, actually, after the kickoff, actually makes the tackle on the return man.
Excellent kickoff. I mean,
It really was.
That was. It was a deep kickoff. That's not something the Hawks have tried to do this season, but that was an excellent kick and a great tackle. Way to go, Lance.
1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Tossed back, fumbled, and then picked up. Back to the line of scrimmage. On the tackle there was number 1, Caden Davis.
Toss sweep to the left. Pitch was there. He dropped it. Got a lucky bounce. It bounced right back up to him. That could have went a lot worse than it ended up going. He was at least able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Clock running. Under 8 to go here in the 4th. Handoff. He's got a lot of room. On that carry for Sherman, number 2, Timothy Hager. He's near the first down marker. Looks like he's going to need about a half a yard. Brings up 3rd down.
You know the defensive coaching staff and really this whole team really wanting to keep that goose egg on the board and preserve the shutout.
36-0 currently is our score, but the Tide driving. 1st down and more. Still on his feet, slipping multiple tackles. He's going to break loose, and Jacob Haddix is able to catch him.
He knocked the ball out at the end.
He's down to about the 21-yard line. Ball did come loose, but they're going to say he was down by contact.
Yeah, he just kept breaking tackles. I mean, I thought he was going to be down multiple times, and the Hawks just not able to get him to the ground there till the very end.
1st and 10. From the 21, Jarrell rolls out, going to keep it. And he's going to be tackled and brought down by number 52, Christopher Stanley, after a gain of about 2, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
He's kind of handling that ball out there like a loaf of bread, and we used to see Major Harris doing that kind of stuff and make you nervous. He's hand that ball, with one hand. You don't want to see that as a coach. He was fortunate not to get the ball stripped there.
Toss back. This time number 2, Timothy Hager, on the run, and a flag is thrown in. See what the call is. Holding against the Tide. Going to back him up. Bring up 2nd down and 13. Looks like the ball's back at about the 18-yard line. Make that about the 24. My apologies.
Ooh.
Jarrell fakes the pitch and then keeps it himself. He's down inside the 10 and finally brought down somewhere around the 7 or 6-yard line.
Nice job there. I kind of was giving him a hard time the way he was handling the football there. On the option that time, he literally faked the pitch, put the ball all the way out there. Hawks bit on it. He turned it upfield. Nice run for the 1st down. This shutout is in jeopardy right now. They're all the way down to the 6. First and goal.
1st and goal from the 6-yard line. I formation. Jarrell's going to keep it again. Cuts back to the middle. And I think he's into the end zone. He is. Touchdown.
Well, I'm sure they're disappointed there. The Hawk defense, coaching staff as well. Just, you really do like to get the shutout. It really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. It doesn't matter, but you like to get those shutouts.
Well, one key difference here is that the Hawks put in their reserves, and Sherman did not. They're going for 2 as well. Jarrell looks to pass. He does. It's caught. 2-point conversion attempt good. The score 36-8 with 4:42 to go.
Yeah, I mean, nice pass. What else can you say?
36-8. We'll be back. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lew and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. 36-8. Sherman set to kick it away to the Hawks. Hasn't been a lot of excitement in the game, Danny. I mean,
no, I think you could tell early on that we knew coming in the Hawks were heavily favored. You could see why early on. I think you said that you can see why Sherman has the record they do, and I just kind of.
I hear whistles.
Exciting. Yeah, and then there's been like the overabundance of flags.
I that one moment, in the first quarter, where the flags were flying and then this big yellow towel.
I just wish people could. They think these people are at home saying this guy's making stuff up. No. I'm telling you, he pulled a yellow towel out of his pants and threw it on the field. That's what I'm telling you happened. And after he had already thrown one, I mean, it's like the clown pulling stuff out. Just keep pulling them flags out. That's he can barely walk here tonight, and this is no lie. He has waddled all over the field because his pants are stuffed full of flags and towels.
Onside kick attempt. Fielded by number 71, Gavin Velasquez. And he runs ahead for several yards, and the Hawks will start at their own 49.
Tried an onside kick there. Great job picking it up. And I tell you, he wasn't satisfied just with recovering it. He was going to run it, and he did pretty well. Got, about 10 yards or so there. It was about 10 yards on the return.
It was like 3.
It was at least 8.
Oh, now you're going down. All right, I'll go to 4.
I think he caught it on the 40.
He did not.
Well, it has to go 10 yards. They would have been.
It didn't go 10 yards.
He ran up on it?
Yes.
That's not how I saw it. And the referee out there at the white hat, he didn't see it at all because he's so far behind the play.
Which is exactly why you didn't see it. Your focus has been on that poor official.
Yeah. He's probably warm, though. You know what I mean? With all those flags.
You got to stop.
I mean, what are we doing now?
I have no idea.
Everybody's just kind of standing around out there talking. It's like in their little groups, like lunchtime or something. Get this group over here talking, that group talking, the officials talking. Nobody's playing football. Clock's sitting there 4 minutes and 12 seconds. There we go.
36-8. Freshman quarterback, Caden Davis. Snap back. Handoff. Number 43 for the Hawks. My roster says that is Aiden Marino, freshman. He gains about 3. Brings up 2nd down and 7. And it looks like Sherman has put some younger players out on the field as well. The Hawks milking the play clock. Snap back. Hand off to Marino. He's going to be brought down with a loss. He's going to lose 2 of the 3 that he gained. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Talk a little bit about the turnaround from last season for Coach Underwood. They one win on the season in his initial season as coach. And that had to be a tough year, you know, and everyone knew coming is going to be a rebuilding year, but here we are tonight getting his 5th win, at least a non-losing season, and most likely next week we'll get a winning season.
3rd down and 9. Snap back, hand off to Marino. Gain of, I don't know, maybe 2. It's going to bring up 4th down.
I think he's going to throw it here.
4th down and about 7. See what the Hawks do. Around 2 minutes to go on the game clock.
Better hurry up, though. Play clock running down.
Snap back. Hand off. Trying to see who the ball carrier was.
I thought it was 43 again, but
I think it was Marino. So, not able to pick up the 1st down, so they'll turn it over on downs. And Sherman will take over at their own 44-yard line. They'll have 1:40. Try to finish this game. Stay tuned after the contest. We'll pick a player of the game for both football teams. Hawks going to travel Tucker County High School next week to finish their season. They're going to go into that contest again highly favored.
We probably want to talk about that a little bit. We're hoping it would be a live broadcast, but it is a possibility. I don't know if you want to kind of talk a little bit about that.
Yeah,
watch for it. We're going to do our best.
Yeah, we are going to do our best to go live. Obviously, there's some unknowns with the connection issues. It's the one game this year that I'm very concerned about as far as connection stuff. So, we're going to do everything possible to be live, and we'll definitely do everything we can to keep you updated. I know that with it, being such a long road trip, it's one of those games you definitely want to be live, but we'll have to see how the connection is and got to work with the school this week to try to pinpoint a way to make sure that we are connected. Sherman there on 1st down, just a straight handoff gain of 3, brings up 2nd down and 7.
And definitely the game will be done. It will. The worst case scenario is it will be recorded, and then you'll be able to listen to it.
That's correct. Yeah, if we cannot broadcast live, it will be recorded, and then we'll push it just as soon as we can. Looks like Sherman's going to score again on the run this time. Number 2, Timothy Hager, and I thought there was a block in the back myself, but. Doesn't matter. Punched it into the end zone. It's going to make it 36-14, awaiting either the extra point or 2-point conversion.
Yeah, something I agree. I saw someone just kind of flying forward for the Hawks there. Right, that looked like probably he would have been able to make a touchdown-saving tackle. So
they're going to attempt the 2-point conversion. Hager is the quarterback under center. Snap comes back. He fumbles it. Hawks pick it up. So the score remains 36-14. And that's probably got to be a little disappointing for the Hawks. I mean,
Right.
not that you are awarded any points based off of, points, but, when you look at that, it looks a little closer than it actually was.
Definitely not indicative of the game. It was a pretty dominating performance.
Yeah, this has not been a competitive football game. At times it was, I guess. But it was the Hawks who struggled to kind of get rolling.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a slow. After that first drive, it was slow offensively for a little bit till they finally kind of got a couple touchdowns late in the second quarter to extend the lead. But, yeah, this was definitely a more dominating performance, especially on the defensive side, than what that score indicates. But, again, it's not style points don't really matter. They're going to get a win tonight. Probably I'm going to project them to be sitting at 16 after this week, coming in the next week. I think Tyler Consolidated will pick up a point on them, which it'll be probably a decimal of a point in the overall picture. Moorfield's going to move up. We'll have to see if anyone else below them lost that would drop, but it didn't look like
So
it.
let me ask you, do you expect to see South Harrison in next week's top 16?
I think they're going to be at 16. I think there'll be 16 coming into the game next week. That's going to be my projection.
Okay. Kickoff. And Davis actually receives the kickoff on his knees, so he's down there at the 25-yard line. 42 seconds to go. Couple plays, we're out of here.
You just wonder if they take a knee here or if they run. If they run a couple more plays. I mean, but you want these young kids just have a chance to get in the game as much as you just want it to be over with. They get a chance to have some carries late in the game.
Looks like they're going to run a play, at least. Snap back to Davis. Handoff to number 45. That's Michael Radcliffe. And that'll be that. So the Hawks are going to get the victory here tonight. The final 36-14 as they knock off the Sherman Tide. Bring the record to 5-4 on the year.
Yeah, non-losing season at least. I think we're very confident next week.
Yeah.
Barring just craziness, they'll get a win, be 6-4, winning season for Coach Underwood, and then everyone will have their calculators out, breaking down to see where the points fall, to see if they're number 16. It very well could be. This could happen. It could be first round of the playoffs, right back at Dodgers County playing the Bulldogs, just like we were.
Especially after the win tonight and the loss by Pendleton.
Yeah, Dodgers is going to be I'll project that pretty confidently. Dodgers is going to be the number one team in single A. And if we get in, we're probably 16. And it could be going right back where we started. Who would have thought that? Opening game, we're there. Yeah. They're parachuting everybody in. Footballs, officials. And now we'd be back for the play. I mean, who knows? We're speculating, but it could happen.
Well, I know I'm going to spend some time this week breaking it down.
Break it down. Like I just pictured you dancing.
You have no idea how disturbing that is, that you just pictured me dancing. Okay, we're going to take our final break. And, again, the victory here goes to the Hawks, 36-14. We'll be right back. Mountain State Land Surveying, providing boundary surveys for residential, farm, and commercial properties, along with FEMA elevation certificates and construction layout services. Mountain State Land Surveying, call 304-476-8668 for all of your surveying needs. Again, that's Mountain State Land Surveying, 304-476-8668, a proud supporter of South Harrison High School. Richards Heating and Air Conditioning for all your heating and cooling needs. Installation and service. Phone 304-884-6400. Located in Jane Lew and serving the South Harrison area. Call Richards Heating and Air Conditioning at 304-884-6400. Visit their webpage at richardsheating.com or find them on Facebook under Richards Heating and Air Conditioning. Back at Gary Barnett Field where the final, South Harrison 36, Sherman 14. The Hawks did what they needed to do to keep their playoff hopes alive, at least here in Week 10. The final week, next week at Tucker County. And player of the game, who do you got for Sherman?
Player of the game for Sherman, number 21, the quarterback, David Jarrell. Good job. I mean, he was their offense really throughout the night. Not a lot of firepower there, but he's their offense. He did get their first score there late in the game. So Ray and Hard did the best he could.
Yeah, it was a tall task for those guys tonight, and you know Jarrell stands all 5'5".
Right, and
So.
played with a lot of heart, and he didn't play like he felt like he was undersized, and he did a nice job.
For the Hawks, I'm going to, how I typically go with sort of different kind of pick. It's going to be our seniors.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah, our seniors tonight who played their final game here at Gary Barnett Field and had a way of anytime you can walk away from the game at your high school and get that W and to know what they've put into the program,
Sure.
to know what they've invested into the program, and to know how hard they've worked for the program, for the school, for this community, which I think when they were announcing the seniors tonight, a lot of them spoke about what the community meant to them and how important it was that the community came out and supported them. So player of the game for the Hawks, the South Harrison seniors. So with that being said, again, the Hawks 36, Sherman 14. For Danny Knight, I'm Tom Sears. Have a wonderful evening. God bless. Take care.